Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Your event isn't just a date on a calendar. It's a reputation. It's your reputation. It's a moment you can't get back. So why trust anybody else? Trust the most experienced at Nameless Catering. We are engineered for high-stakes weddings and massive corporate lunches. We rely on systems, not stock photos. We don't just deliver meals, we deliver peace of mind. We are Nameless Catering, Indianapolis's standard for service.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recyclers studios, why some former basketball players at IU Indy are suing the university. The charge a volleyball coach in Marion County is now facing, and what police in Greenfield say a toddler was wearing when they found him outside on Tuesday. Those stories and more after Fox News. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 9 o'clock.
In 12 hours, President Trump will be on primetime TV. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, addressing the nation.
The White House press secretary says the president will highlight his accomplishments over the past year: a secure border, lower inflation than its peak under the Biden administration, and reduced gas prices.
Fox's Rich Edson at the White House. Will the president bring up Venezuela tonight? It's amid an ongoing military operation blowing up drug smuggling boats and the seizure of an oil tanker. He posted this on Truth Social.
I am ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. America will not allow criminals, terrorists, or other countries to rob, threaten, or harm our nation, and likewise will not allow a hostile regime to take our oil, land, or any other assets.
Before tonight's address, the president will go to Dover Air Force Base for the arrival of the caskets carrying 2 National Guard soldiers killed while on duty in Syria last week in an ambush terror attack. The president has added Syria and 4 other countries to a travel ban list, not allowing people from there to come here. Ex-special counsel Jack Smith, who got 2 Trump indictments and criminal cases dropped after the election, faces questions in private this morning at the House Judiciary Committee. Republican Jim Jordan, the chairman, just told Fox,
"This was political. This was about going after the Republican Party, and most importantly, it was about going after our candidate for president, President Trump."
Still no arrest in Providence in the manhunt for the Brown University shooter who murdered 2 students Saturday, wounding 9 more.
The public is anxious and fearful, understandably, because we still do not know the identity of this primary person of interest in this case. Now, we do know that he's 5'8", he's got a stocky build, and now investigators are hoping with newly released enhanced video, someone will recognize the way this person is moving.
Fox's Brian Yennis at Brown. In Australia, the surviving gunman in Sunday's terror attack woke up from a coma, then was charged with murder in his hospital room, accused of targeting Jews on Bondi Beach, killing 15 as they celebrated the start of Hanukkah. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Saying the university is at fault. Cloudy and 36 this morning in Indianapolis. The high today around the mid-40s. Skies will be partly cloudy for much of the day, too. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:02. In a lawsuit filed this week in Marion County, former members of last year's IU Indy men's basketball team are claiming that now fired head coach Paul Corsaro repeatedly abused them physically and mentally. The players say during practice, Corsaro would use derogatory slurs and cause them physical harm that drove some of them to contemplate suicide. They claim his actions led to them missing out on scholarship opportunities, NIL deals, and future revenue. Corsaro denies the allegations as the players accuse IU Indy of negligence in hiring him and continuing continuing to let him coach while the abuse went on. Marion County prosecutors say a volleyball coach is now facing a felony charge. Jake McDaniel has more.
The probable cause affidavit says Levi Garrett of Danville sent sexually explicit images of himself in March to someone he believed was a minor on a dating app. The case went viral this past summer when YouTuber Gideon, who's also part of a private group that runs sting operations, confronted Garrett on camera outside a volleyball complex on Indy's east side. Prosecutors say Garrett had his initial hearing Tuesday, and his next hearing is set for late January. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A toddler is found in the snow, and a Greenfield man is now facing charges. The toddler was in nothing but a diaper when police found him. After that, Greenfield Deputy Police Chief Chuck McMichael said they had to see where the child came from.
So the officers were able to follow the little tiny footprints through the snow. They wandered around a couple different buildings, and they were able to track it back to one of the apartments in the complex.
And in that apartment, they found Logan Nicholas. He was asleep on the couch when he woke up. McMichael says he admitted that the child was his. Then they took him to the Hancock County Jail. The statewide average for gas today, $2.83 a gallon, according to AAA. That's up a few cents compared to earlier this week, but still below the national average at $2.90. And the Butler Bulldogs getting blitzed by one of the best teams in the country last night, the Yukon Huskies. Final score 79-60. Head coach Thad Matta says too many shots wouldn't fall for them.
I thought we had some open looks, and in a game like this, you've got to make some of those. For us, the way we shoot the ball, being 1 for 11 at halftime is not a good thing for us.
Drayton Jones led the Dogs in scoring with 13 points. They will face Northwestern in the Indy Classic on Saturday. Elsewhere, Valparaiso got thumped by Northwestern 86-70, and Evansville lost to Belmont 83-78. Purdue doesn't play till Saturday when they take on Auburn, and IU will host Chicago State this weekend as well. I check out the roads this morning. Matt Bear, how are we looking?
Pretty good, Jared. We do have that slowdown on the south side construction zone on northbound 65. Stop and go after Keystone into the south split. It's a 7-minute delay. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Sure. Coming soon. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and zero down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with zero down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Cloudy with sprinkles this morning, partly cloudy, warmer this afternoon, a high of 44. Cloudy skies hang around tonight with steady temperatures, lows into the mid and upper 40s. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. It's 9:06. Kendall Casey starts now.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Yeah, it's going to be a big night of television viewing at our house.
Yeah, we're news junkies. President is speaking. 9 o'clock tonight. Going to be sitting down on the couch with some popcorn, checking it out.
Oh, is that what you were talking about? It's not what I was talking about. There's a bigger event in my life that is happening that is actually going to be interrupted by the president's speech. What is it? Yes, it's the final season of Survivor.
The season finale.
Season finale. Season 49. It's going to start at 8 o'clock tonight. And then CBS is going to pause it when Donald Trump starts talking at 9 o'clock. And then they're going to return to it. But you know Donald Trump likes an audience. I'm going to be up until 1 in the morning, Jim, watching this series finale, the finale of season 49 of Survivor.
Because it's getting interrupted. You're the only person I love that you love Survivor still after it's been on the air for 25 years. But you're the only person I know that still watches Survivor.
It's my show. You know, me and our daughter, we watch that
Our daughter
show.
will watch it with you. So you're the two people I know.
We've been in it together since when did it go on the air?
2000?
2001, 2000?
Yeah, 2000, 2001, something like that. Yeah.
Every season. It's just the show that I've held on to. And, you know, I feel like I'm in an everyday version of Survivor.
Fighting for your life here in the WIBC studios.
Yeah, every morning.
Every single
I'm
morning.
waiting for my torch to get snuffed.
You have to go to the break room to scrounge up some coffee. Here's your reward. It's creamer.
That's right. So Donald Trump, he's going to give a live primetime address to the nation. He's going to start speaking at 9 p.m. What's the over-under? How long is it going to go?
You want to go for an over-under? So the over-under is 45 minutes on the button.
Oh, you think that's it?
That's it. That's 45 minutes. Although, well, so the whole basis of Donald Trump's speech is to just talk about his accomplishments. This is how great of a job I've done in 2025.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. This could go all night long.
I'm still gonna stick with my initial betting line, the over/under on the length of Donald Trump's speech tonight. 45 minutes. Place your bets now.
All right. Well, this is going to be a live broadcast from the White House. And he said it's been a great year from the country, and the best is yet to come. The White House press secretary said, yeah, it's going to be a really good speech.
I'll say a couple of things on that. First of all, as you all saw on Truth Social, President Trump is going to be giving a joint address an address to the nation, not a joint address, an address to the nation tomorrow night, live from the White House here at 9 o'clock Eastern. I know you guys will all be tuning in. It's going to be a really good speech. I was just in the Oval Office with the president discussing it. He's going to talk a lot about the accomplishments over the past 11 months. All that he's done to bring our country back to greatness, and all he continues to plan to do to continue delivering for the American people over the next 3 years.
So this is going to be his second live televised address from the White House. His last live address was on November 26th. Other speeches this year have been pre-recorded messages from the Oval Office. He also gave a joint address to Congress back in March. But all the major networks, they're changing their schedules for this, and they're definitely changing things for me.
I love how the press secretary opened that piece of audio that we just said. She said, as you all saw on Truth Social, yet nobody saw it on Truth Social. Nobody's on Truth Social.
Right. It was retweeted on X.
You screenshotted the post from Truth Social and then posted that on Twitter. That's where we all saw it.
Yep. So he's going to be talking about how wonderful everything is. Let me ask you a question. Be honest.
Okay. Wait, hold on. All right, I'm ready.
Are things wonderful for you? How are you feeling about things? Yeah.
Unemployment just hit a 4-year high. Cost of living is still totally out of control. Property taxes are awful. We still have one of the highest gas taxes in the state. Groceries it just makes me want to throw up every time I go to the grocery store when I see my bill. They're not great.
Okay. So when he says that it's been a great year for the country, are you feeling like maybe he's not being completely honest with you?
Yeah. What's so interesting about this is that Donald Trump ran on this America First strategy, and it was all about how, we're going to bring affordability back, and you heard it during the election, the cost of eggs are too high. We're going to bring the cost of eggs down. Yet Donald Trump's all of his big crowning achievements since inauguration have really been foreign policy related. I mean, the border is kind of a foreign policy issue. Okay, I'll give him an A- on the border. Absolutely shut that down. Anybody could have shut it down, but he did when Biden did it. Wonderful. He did broker what is a tenuous peace deal between the Palestinians and the Israelis. It's still a peace deal. So what he's had are these foreign policy victories, and really not a whole lot of victories at home so far.
I was told that things in Ukraine were going to end within 24 hours.
24 hours, it'll all be over.
Got it.
That's still going on. Yeah, the price of everything is still incredibly out of control, and life is unaffordable. Yes, that's still going on as well.
Okay, so the best is yet to come.
The best is yet to. Oh, I hope so. I hope the best isn't behind us. That'd be even. How about that for a message? Hey, we did our best. That's as good as it's going to get. And it's downhill for the next 3 years.
No.
Sorry, guys.
I don't think he's going to make that message. Now, he did have something to say last night at a Hanukkah reception. He was praising one of his donors, Miriam Adelson. They donated, her and her husband donated $250 million of campaign support to him. He brought her on stage. She mentioned that she was speaking with Alan Dershowitz, famed lawyer, and that they determined that, Donald Trump could run for a third term. And of course, that made the crowd start chanting 4 more years.
And now I met Alan Dershowitz, and he said the legal thing about 4 more years. And I said, Alan, I agree with you. So we can do it. Think about it.
Alan's here someplace. Where's Alan?
Alan is here. Oh, he had a flight. Alan is here.
It's.
Think about it.
Not
Think
the
about
most
it.
forceful chant of 4 more.
Years.
Sounded like 2 dudes and a little kid.
Okay. So he said that if she donated $250 million again, that he would match it. But of course, the 22nd Amendment bars anybody from being elected president more than twice. Okay, we've got some big news that we have to get to. Jennifer Ruth Green is in the news. You might recall her as being a former cabinet member for Governor Braun. And speaking of Governor Braun, he had an interview and said some stuff. There's a differing of opinion on some things. We're going to get to all of that. But before we go to break, you think I could win Survivor? I mean, for years I wanted to try out, but because I worked at a CBS affiliate, I never was allowed to. I was barred from doing that. Now that I don't do that anymore, I think we should take the YouTube feed and put that as part of my resume package to send in.
The WIBC YouTube feed would be your audition reel
Right.
to become on Survivor. Okay,
To
well,
be on Survivor.
Here's what
Get
you
some
got.
good clips of me and Rob.
Here's what you got. Here's what you have going for you. You're one of the toughest people I know. Tough as nails. So that's it. You can go days without eating.
That's true.
And then just actually be fine. You might be a little cranky, but that's about it.
Yeah, I could get hangry.
Where I think you may. How good are you at starting a fire from twigs and leaves and nothing else?
I could learn. I could figure that out.
What if can you catch a fish with a rusty knife?
I don't know if that. I don't think that's going to happen.
So here's what we got. So we got some skills for you to work on.
You know the worst part that's going to happen for me?
You can't brush your teeth.
Oh well, that would drive me crazy. That would
for somebody that I know. Every time I turn around, you're in the bathroom brushing your teeth. I'm like, you just
be fresh.
You brushed your teeth an hour ago.
I like
you haven't
to be
eaten
fresh.
anything. Why are you brushing your teeth again?
You know what I think would really do me in on a show like Survivor?
The hygiene.
No, well, that would get irritating, but I'd let it go after a day or two. I think the lack of sleep or sleeping in a bed and the bugs.
Bugs,
the bugs.
You're sleeping. You're raw dogging your sleep just right there on the sand and the beach, and those little crawlers
That might be rough for
those
me.
little crabs that climb out of the sand, the little tiny ones.
Yeah, for $1 million though, I would do it. I would do it for the family.
All right, we got to put together a strategy for you. We're gonna have to work on your fire making skills and your stabbing skills so you can catch fish. But I think
stabbing skills.
Stay with a rusty knife. That's how you're gonna catch your fish.
How about my fishing skills?
And then, but I think you got a good base to work on. I think we can do this. We're gonna have to buckle down, make this our top priority for the rest of the year.
Sounds good. It is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel here at the 3rd annual Red, White, and Bowl 2026 presented by Jack Daniels. Friday, January 16th, Hammer at Woodland Bowl. It's going to be amazing.
With your price of admission, you get a pizza buffet, you get a drink ticket, you get 3 hours of bowling, and all the shenanigans that go along with it. And we're helping Hoosier veterans in need. Buy your tickets right now at WIBC.com.
The holidays are here. Is endless hot water at the top of your Christmas wish list? Luckily, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are offering an amazing special during the holiday season. $1,000 off a tankless water heater. Give the gift of endless hot water and save $1,000 by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. Stay warm this holiday season with endless hot water from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Give them a call at 6 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
If you suffer from burning, tingling, or numbness, pay special attention as we discuss neuropathy with Dr. Matt Scholke, chiropractic neurologist and board certified in neuropathy. What is neuropathy?
Neuropathy is nerve damage in the feet or hands.
What are the symptoms?
The symptoms are numbness, burning, tingling, pain, and loss of balance.
Is neuropathy treatable?
Absolutely, and we get amazing results.
If you have burning, tingling, numbness, pain, or balance issues, call Dr. Scholke today for a free nerve damage screening. This screening will tell if you're at risk for serious complications and if you're a candidate for their specialized treatment program. Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe nothing can be done. End-stage neuropathy leaves people confined to walkers, wheelchairs, even amputations. The first 10 callers will receive a free nerve damage screening. Simply call 463-400-3338. Act now. Call 463-400-3338 for your free nerve damage screening. 463-400-3338.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in tax debt? Do not ignore this message. The IRS has more power than any collection agency in America. Often without warning, they can garnish your wages, levy your bank account, place a lien on your home, seize assets like your business, and revoke your passport. Every year, thousands lose their paychecks overnight or have their assets seized because they waited too long. You don't have to face the IRS alone. Call National Tax Solutions today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. You deserve to maintain your life. Don't let the IRS take it over. Make the call today to National Tax Solutions, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are absolutely free. 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, the love center of Carmel.
It's a proposed settlement. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it's proposed, and it's an agreement revolving the ethics investigation into the former Indiana Secretary of Public Safety, Jennifer Ruth Green. You remember her, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
She was a cabinet member for Governor Braun.
And before that, she was a Republican nominee for the 1st Congressional District in Indiana.
And she's running again.
And lost to the eventual Democrat winner, Mervan.
So the case came from allegations that Green had state employees do political work for her during work hours, which is not allowed. Also that she used state property like a state car for personal and political reasons. Green had admitted that she broke the rule against using state workers for political activity. She misused state property, had employees help create and edit posts on her campaign Facebook page, and also used that state vehicle and told an employee to use it for her personal tasks. It's like, she had that big fat salary and that still wasn't enough. She needed her state employees to run errands for her.
Is that wrong?
Yes.
Was I not supposed to do that? I got to plead
ignorance.
I got to plead ignorance on this one.
If
I had known that was frowned upon, I'm going to pull a Costanza here. I never would have done that. Yeah. So let's keep in mind, and this is all from our friends at the Indiana Capital Chronicle. They've got a great write-up on it this morning. And again, the settlement has not been signed, so all of this is, so far allegedly or potentially coming to true. But admitting misuse of state property, directing employees to help with political work, that's a big no-no. And then they even referenced that she might have potentially been retaliating against her staff that cooperated with this investigation.
Yeah.
As we all know, retaliation, usually that ends up being punished much to a greater degree than the actual missteps themselves. These are not minor. These are big deals with the inspector general, and it seems like this is just a slap on the wrist. If this agreement that's written up in the Indiana Capital Chronicle ends up moving forward, she'll be able to work in state government again.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe Mike Braun will give her another cushy $275,000 a year cabinet job. It's entirely possible. But can you imagine? Can you imagine, Casey, if you or Rob had done one of these, had committed any of these allegations?
Yeah. Big trouble.
You think you would have gotten away with a little slap on the wrist?
A fine.
A fine, and that's it? Hey, take another job in state government. Hey, don't worry about any of these things.
No big deal. Just pay it off.
Wash our hands of this, and it's done. Go about your business. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, so the settlement would require her to pay a $10,000 fine. I read somewhere that may be the biggest fine ever for an ethics violation.
To me, it still seems small. For the number of egregious things that she did, misusing state property, having employees run personal errands for her with the state vehicle, directing employees to do political work, potentially retaliating against staff who cooperated with the investigation. These are serious. Every single one of those by themselves are serious allegations. And what do we have? 3, 4, 5, 6 of them?
So if the settlement does go through, it gets voted on by the Indiana State Ethics Commission on Thursday. And if it's approved and she pays the fine, the case ends immediately.
And
no harm, no foul. Give us the money, and on your merry way you go.
How many more of these are we going to see? People in power doing things, in some cases illegally, in some cases unethically, and getting away with a slap on the wrist, whether it's Jim Lucas, getting an OWI, and then the Republican Party donating tons of money to his reelection campaign after that. It was Mike Bohachik, which claimed legislative immunity after getting pulled over and nearly 3 times or 4 times above the legal limit in alcohol consumption. Nothing. The entire Republican caucus buried it. Nobody would talk about it. And then magically it comes up after the session is over. And now we've got these huge ethics violations from Jennifer Ruth Green.
Yep. So if the case ends up being rejected, it does stay open and could go for a public hearing. Green would give up her right to a public hearing to fight the charges if the settlement does go through. But again, where else do you fail up but within state government?
Within state government. Hey, you lost your congressional race in the 1st district? Come on over. We got a big, fat, cushy $275,000 a year job for you to head up an entire agency here at the state government. Oh, you were allegedly being extraordinarily unethical in so many different ways. That's all right. Little slap on the wrist. Hey, you can still work in state government again. And she's going to run for the 1st congressional district. Keep in mind, everybody that supported redistricting in this state, this is who you're supporting.
Yep.
Jennifer Ruth Green.
That's what you were fighting
that's
for.
What you were fighting for Jennifer Ruth Green to get back in Congress again.
Okay, so we've got a big thing happening in Carmel. It's Chris Kendall Market. And the Today Show is going to be there.
Really?
On Friday. They're making an appearance. But I want you to listen to this announcement. This was one of the guys on the Today Show using their Merriest Main Street series to highlight different places throughout the country. And their final stop is going to be at Chris Kendall Mark. And this is what the guy from the Today Show said.
I have an exciting announcement to share with you, and it's all about a favorite local holiday tradition. We're talking about Carmel's Chris Kendall Mart. Today's Craig Melvin. He is joining us with more on that. Good morning, Craig.
Hey, Sam and Julia, good morning to both of you. Ahead on today, we have a lot of news to get to, but right now, as you mentioned, a very special announcement for your viewers. As we count down to Christmas, we're using our Merriest Main Street series to really highlight remarkable places all over the country that are filled with holiday cheer. And our final stop this Friday in Carmel, Indiana.
There it is. Oh. Tell me you don't know the area.
What was your line about this?
Indianans call it Carmel. Hoosiers call it Carmel.
I love that. And look, it gets confused. There's the city in California that is pronounced Carmel. Kind of came to national prominence because Clint Eastwood ran for and was elected mayor of Carmel. So everybody talked about that back in the late 80s, early 90s when that happened. And now Carmel, Indiana gets dragged into that pronunciation.
Yeah, well, I feel like they should have prepped him a little.
A little?
He's going to be there broadcasting live kind of got to know the name of the city.
Indianans call it Carmel.
Indianans
Hoosiers
call it
Carmel.
It has been ranked one of the best Christmas markets in the U.S. for nearly 10 years, and it happened again. USA Today named it the #1 holiday market in the country. And why is it so popular? Well, many people say because it feels authentically German. Each year, artists come directly from Germany to share a lot of their food and crafts, and that's what makes it so legit.
And you and I went, was it last year or the year before?
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago.
So it must have been 2023. Yeah, it was cold. It's a great event. Wonderful, fabulous, fantastic. If you plan on going, you've got to want it. And you've got to want it bad because parking is a nightmare. You're going to be shoulder to shoulder with thousands of your favorite caramel friends.
Or Carmelians.
Or Carmelians, or whatever they're called. And you're going to pay $8 for a hot chocolate. Now,
it'll be the best hot chocolate you've ever had.
It was the best hot chocolate I ever had, but it was still $8 for a hot chocolate. So if you plan on going to Chris Kendall Mark in Carmel, it's great. But you gotta want it because it's not easy to get to and move around and function there.
Well, the Today Show will be there on Friday. It's open every day through Christmas Eve, and hours and special events listed on their website. This is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C, but most people don't know they are infected. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you can still have hepatitis C, a serious liver disease that often has no symptoms. In fact, people can live with hepatitis C for decades without feeling or looking sick. But over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage, liver failure, or even liver cancer. Getting tested is the only way to know if you're infected with hepatitis C. That's why the CDC recommends everyone born from 1945 to 1965 get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments are available that can cure this disease. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
You remember that ball game we went to a couple years ago?
Sure.
And how you didn't have enough cash for 2 hot dogs, so you walked with me on your shoulders until we found an ATM? And then when we got back to our seats, we never saw the hot dog guy again.
Well, I don't remember all that.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
You never know which moments will be the ones they'll remember forever, so take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 1-877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The first honoring of the victims. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:30. The first funerals being held for the victims of a horrific shooting targeting a Hanukkah event in Sydney, Australia this past weekend. Fox's Steve Harrigan.
Rabbi Eli Schlanger had his funeral in Sydney today. Family members were just doubled over, breaking down at his coffin. He was a father of 5, including a 2-month-old son. That son also took shrapnel during this attack. The 24-year-old shooter, the son, he came out of his coma. So police expected to interview him. He's going to face 59 charges, including terrorism and 15 counts of murder. His father, Sajid Akram, from India, but has been in Australia for the past 25 years. He was killed by police at the scene.
And the shooting left 15 people dead, more than 20 others injured. Police are still searching for the suspect who opened fire at Brown University on Saturday. The FBI has released new video and photo evidence of the alleged shooter, and they're offering up to $50,000 in reward money for information leading to an arrest and conviction. And President Trump will address the nation from the Oval Office tonight, where he is expected to highlight his administration's accomplishments so far and lay out his priorities for 2026 and beyond. Meanwhile, the president is ordering a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going into and out of Venezuela. Your opening bell report on 93 WIBC, brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management. The Dow up 90 points, 48,114. The S&P 500 also in the green, up 13 points to 6,800. And the NASDAQ up 62 points, 25,132. I'm Jarrett Lewis, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
While you may not have to travel around the entire world on Christmas Eve, it's nice to know Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit, warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
One of Macy's most wonderful holiday perks is happening right now, Macy's Money. It's only once a year, and it's a chance for everyone to earn rewards. Shop at any Macy's store, and you'll earn $10 in Macy's Money for every $50 you spend. No signups or memberships, just earn automatically on everything you buy. It's that easy. So get that party dress, then use the Macy's Money for someone else on your list from the 18th to the 24th. Hurry in. Your chance to earn Macy's Money ends tonight. Exclusions apply. See store for details.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Life is a collection of moments that last forever, so make them matter and make them count with a symbol of everlasting love. A diamond from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Was it all just a big diversion, baked in results? So you've got data centers taking over property taxes.
Yep.
Your utility prices skyrocketing, gas tax.
Oof.
Roads are a mess in the state of Indiana. And something else that you just sent me, what, we're the number one in the nation for robocalls, spam calls per resident. Indiana ranks among the states with the highest average number of unwanted spam calls per resident. Yeah.
That tracks.
So what was redistricting all about then?
Not about you.
Oh.
Had nothing to do with you. Had nothing to do with Hoosiers, average everyday Hoosiers trying to make a living, trying to pay their sky-high cost of living and their mortgage and their grocery bills, their property taxes.
So the governor, Mike Braun, he had a end-of-year interview, and he wanted to talk about Indiana's successes.
Oh,
all the wonderful things.
Interesting, just like Trump is going to do tonight in his address to the nation about all the...
Don't look over here.
Right, exactly.
Don't look over here.
I swear, we did some good things. Just believe me.
He said he doesn't want to just focus on the fight over redistricting. Of course,
what? This is all he talked about for 3 months. Now he doesn't want to focus on the fight with redistricting.
Because he didn't get his way.
Wah.
Yeah, the vote did not go the way he wanted. So let's not talk about
Crybaby Braun. That's what we all called him.
Let's not talk about that anymore. The Indiana Senate, they voted down the redistricting bill 31-19. So it was a decisive loss.
Well, if it hadn't been for those Democrats, redistricting would have gotten put. Oh, wait, nope. I'm being told a majority of Republicans voted against redistricting.
Yeah.
Okay, nope, never mind. Nope.
Yeah. He said that the vote was clear and also very disappointing. And now there's this, I don't want to call it a fight, a disagreement, a difference of opinions.
A tiff?
Because the lieutenant governor posted and later deleted that Indiana could lose federal funding because of the redistricting vote.
Okay.
And then Governor Braun was asked about this, and he said that was fake news. So who's right on this? Who has this story correct? Did the Trump administration say they were going to pull federal funding, or did they not? Did the lieutenant governor have this correct, or is the governor correct on this by saying, no, that's fake news?
Neither of them have a great track record
of being
of staying on message and being consistent.
Forthright?
And forthright, sure. Some may call it forthright. Yeah.
A purveyor of honesty?
Those are kind words.
Uh-huh. Okay. Braun said there was no deal or threat tied to federal money, and he added that any consequences would be subtle, not direct punishment. Now, here's the thing. You got to understand that you've got 1 and 2, the governor and the lieutenant governor, clearly putting out different messaging on this topic. One is saying, Trump said they're going to pull federal funding. The other is saying, nah, that never happened. And we get it. The lieutenant governor is not the choice that Braun wanted.
It's an arranged marriage.
But at this point, you'd think they'd be on the same page. They were on the same page that they both wanted redistricting to happen.
Right. In fact, I thought it kind of seemed during the whole redistricting fight that the lieutenant governor had kind of buried the hatchet on a lot of this stuff. It was really one of the first times where they were both on point, on message. They both fully and forcefully supported redistricting.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as that fight was over, now we're back to some messiness.
Right, exactly. So, it's like mom and dad here. They should have a united front, at least with their messaging.
Are we the kids?
I feel like it.
Are Hoosier taxpayers the kids?
I feel like the kid who's been grounded and my allowance is being taken away.
Oh, your allowance is definitely being taken away from you.
So I feel like it. Guys, at least say the same thing. Can you at least fake it for us?
And
try?
Him bragging about his successes is trying to throw a cup of water on a huge dumpster fire that's going on. I mean, everything. He made SB 1, property tax reform. That was going to be it. That's my top priority.
Oh, yeah, that was historic tax relief.
And it came out with a finalized bill that everybody universally hates.
Yeah.
He tried to cram redistricting down everybody's throat. That didn't work. I'm trying to think, what is the signature victory of the Braun administration so far?
He said, looking back at 2025, he's proud of Indiana's education efforts and also economic development. Enter the IEDC.
Did he really say that? He said economic development.
He said Indiana has done very well with economic growth.
Yeah, because the IEDC has been
being paid for by the taxpayers.
Throwing taxpayer dollars to anybody who wants them. Hey, you want some money? Sure, have some. The IEDC's just throwing it out like they're throwing candy in a parade.
It's not because of his wonderful leadership. It's because of the taxpayers.
It's because of the taxpayers.
He should be thanking the taxpayers in his end-of-year interview.
And how did the year wrap up? An absolute huge rift in the Republican Party in the fight over redistricting.
Right.
That's how the year... If you thought the failure of SB 1 and property tax reform was a complete disaster, hold my beer. We're going to wrap the year up with a major rift in the Republican Party, and what the governor and lieutenant governor and president supported, redistricting in Indiana, the senator said,
Yeah, factions within the Republican Party in the great state of Indiana, and now the governor and lieutenant governor, once again, not on the same page, not even with their messaging. Governor Braun says priorities going forward are going to be education, affordability, running state government more efficiently, utility rates, and also health care.
I would have preferred if these had been his priorities when he started his administration in January.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we would have got something done. Here's the other thing, too. So 5 days ago, this is according to thehill.com. 5 days ago, right after the redistricting fell apart, thehill.com, this is a quote. This is a quote from Governor Braun as reported from The Hill.
Mm-hmm.
I will be working with the president to challenge these people, he's talking about the senators, who do not represent the best interests of Hoosiers.
Right.
Then yesterday, he does this big interview with Wish TV to talk about his accomplishments this year. And according to Wish TV, on Tuesday, Mike Braun said it remains to be seen whether he'll support challenges to senators who voted against new congressional maps, although he didn't rule it out. So in the span of 5 days, he's totally flip-flopped on whether or not he supports primarying these senators who voted against redistricting.
Yeah, so it was big, tough talk for a long time, right? We're going to get support from Turning Point USA, and they're endorsing, and we're going to have PACs and money and federal funding. And now, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I know I said I was going to help primary all these senators, but I want to focus on education and health care.
Maybe he's realizing, oh, wait, some of these senators, they're not up for re-election for a few more years, till 2028.
Oh, yeah, and maybe
Rod Bray, for example.
And maybe he realized that constitutionally, the governor of Indiana is pretty weak, and all the power resides in the House and the Senate.
So if he wants to get anything done, he needs the support.
And again, that's what he told us back during the property tax fight. He said, well, I had to take this deal because I got to work with these guys for the next 4 years. But then as soon as Trump started to put his thumb down on him, he's like, nope, we're going to cram a redistricting vote through whether it fails or succeeds.
So the Marion County Sheriff has announced that he's running for Indiana Senate District 31. He can't run for sheriff again because of term limits. Forrestal. Yep. He said he wants to lower the cost of utilities, healthcare, and groceries, keep communities safe, and be a strong voice for the people within the district. So the current Senator Kyle Walker not running for re-election.
So what's really interesting about this is State Senate District 31. This is kind of a pretty competitive race usually every single year. So this isn't a guaranteed Democrat or Republican win for either of those parties. And what is interesting about this Marion County Sheriff, he's going to be running for state Senate.
He's a Democrat.
And he's going to be running as a Democrat. And what's really interesting about that, he has cooperated with ICE and the ICE raids that have taken place. And there have been a number of, in fact, at least 100, maybe hundreds of people that have been captured by ICE held in the Marion County facilities.
Yeah.
So that is going to be something that he's going to have to explain to his Democrat base as he runs for state senator. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yep. He said he supports a common sense approach to public safety, and he emphasized the need for better mental health services and also addiction treatment. It is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
Tomorrow on Tony Katz in the Morning News, Jennifer Ruth Green pays an ethics fine, and the Simon Group is buying more property downtown. 6 to 9 a.m., Tony Katz in the Morning News, right here on 93 WIBC.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and 0 down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with 0 down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
Hey, it's Big Joe for your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling. Owner James Swindle says American Standard is one of the few brands that doesn't offer a knockoff version.
Any of their equipment is top of the line. You know, from a basic system to the most expensive system, they come with the same warranty. The same people are building them in the same factory. After doing this for 31 years, I still feel that it's the best product out there on the market.
Get the real deal at PricePointComfort.com. Price Point Comfort is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
For 3 generations, the Tom Roush Auto Group has been a family business built on trust, community, and giving back. This December, we're honored to partner with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, helping bringing life-changing wishes to children right here in our community.
When you shop at Tom Roush this month, you're not only getting a great car, you're helping make wishes come true. Because a portion of every sale goes back to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
The Tom Roush Auto Group. 3 generations, 1 mission, driving hope forward.
Merry Christmas.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is gonna be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique, custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Strike up some fun with Hammer and Nigel. Their annual bowling event, Red, White, and Bowl, hits Woodland Bowl Friday, January 16th. Meet the hosts, bowl for charity, and enjoy a great night presented by Jack Daniels. Details at WIBC.com.
Is your electric bill higher?
Yes, absolutely. Not even close.
This is a report. It's from ABC News. I'll give you, it's from ABC News, but we like to present all sides. We search the internet for all articles, and regardless of where it's coming from, this is according to Climate Power. They say electric bills are up 13% in 2025. They say the demand is outpacing supply. This is especially from data centers, Bitcoin mining, and electric vehicles. And they claim energy experts say the U.S. can't bring new supply fast enough, which is driving prices up. Households are paying 9.6% more on utility bills compared to 2024, and many Americans are now going into utility debt.
This is a big problem for Trump because he campaigned on this. He promised to slash American energy bills in half. And in the first year, now they're up 13%. That's not half. That's actually going in the wrong direction. And I think, you know, at some point in time, because what Trump's going to do, he's going to blame Democrats. He'll blame Joe Biden, and he'll blame the Democrats, and that's why it's
he already has.
Up so far here.
But the Biden era green energy policies.
But at some point in time, I mean, the guy's been in office for almost a year now. By the time the midterms come up next year, it's going to be 2 years. This is a easy win for the Democrats to harp on Trump come the midterm elections next year about something he promised in his campaign and has actually been going the other way.
So you've got Ron DeSantis, who's been talking about the AI data centers, which are a big consumer of electricity. And here he is. You know, it's interesting. When Rob Kendall or I say it, we're the bad guy. But when somebody like Ron DeSantis says it, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Sure, right, exactly.
Well, why didn't you say so? But here is Ron DeSantis talking about big consumers of utilities, data centers, and he says that they have zero economic benefit for local people.
And, you know, a hyperscale data center is using enough power that'd be the equivalent of a city of 500,000 people. And in some of the bigger ones, maybe even more than that. You also have a lot of water consumption. You have a big geographic footprint, which has environmental concerns. And so you have all these things. And, you know, our point of view is, you know, you should not have to pay one dime more in utility costs, water, power, any of this stuff because of this. These are some of the most wealthy companies in the history of humanity. They should not be able to offload costs onto people that are already strapped with high costs in other areas. And so, making sure that Floridians are protected against that, I think is really, really important. And I know a lot of people agree with that. The thing about the data centers is there's not really a big economic impact once they're created. If it's constructed, people can make some money doing that. Obviously, there may be some jobs that can go. But once it's done, it employs like a half dozen people. And, these tech companies will likely bring in foreigners to do that on some visa, or they're not going to hire from your local community. That's just not what they do. Wow. So, from that, I think a lot of these communities are not supporting the construction in their area when they go before these boards now, because they're thinking like, okay, it's sucking a lot of resources, but is this really something that we need in our communities? It's something that's going to benefit the community. And by and large, this is across party lines. I think people are saying no dice on that. So I do think I think there's been a big sea change in how people have thought about that just in the last 6 to 9 months. And, it may be that some of the protections we have, end up being moot because it's just not something that's going to get any traction in Florida, period. But at the end of the day, this is not something that you should ever have to pay for. No subsidy, none of that.
No tax abatements. Wow.
Ron DeSantis is right. I'm glad that someone finally stood up against these data centers. If only somebody here in Indiana had been saying those sorts of things for the last 6 months or a year, maybe we would have had some Oh, you and Rob have been saying that for months and months.
We've been saying that. Now, there is the national security aspect to this. I get it. So when are we just going to put them in space? When is that happening?
Yeah,
according to Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, they want to do it now.
They want to get it there now. Yeah, look, let's be clear about this.
Yeah.
Data centers in and of themselves are not a huge problem. If a local community wants a data center, if tax breaks and abatements and free giveaways from the government and Hoosier tax dollars aren't being spent on it, then we treat them like pretty much any other business.
But that's not the case.
But that's not the case.
That's
not the problem.
Is happening.
So we've got this problem here in that, yes, our country needs these data centers to power AI and to move things forward. We just don't like the way that our local governments are going about trying to throw them in our face all over the place.
Yeah. Okay, so before we get into break, we're going to talk about Marco Rubio and what he's got going on. But did you see that Snoop Dogg is going to perform at the halftime show for the NFL Christmas time doubleheader?
Is there anything Snoop Dogg can't do?
Yeah, it's he's going to perform during the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions game, and it's going to be on Netflix. So you got to have the subscription if you wanted to watch that.
Now, he's got a high bar because if you remember, the last time we saw a halftime performance on Thanksgiving at a Lions game, it was Jack White and Eminem, and that was universally praised as one of the best halftime performances we've seen in a long time. So again, performing at halftime of a Lions game, the bar's risen, Snoop. You're going to have to bring your A game for this one.
This is the Kendall Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
When I was younger, said, boy, you're going to be president. But just like everything else, those old crazy dreams just kind of came away.
Guys, you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Once you start treatment, you'll wish you'd done it sooner.
Now you can take the TRT test free at Synergen X and the Low T Center. Walk in before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
This holiday season, experience the best of downtown Indianapolis with Winter Wonderland. Enjoy holiday traditions, festive attractions, and special events designed for families, date nights, and group outings. To start planning your holiday adventure, visit IndyWonderland.com. That's IndyWonderland.com. And on weekends, don't miss Spark Holidays on the Circle, where live music, Santa appearances, and holiday lights bring Monument Circle to life from 4 to 8 p.m. Find out more about Spark Holidays at circlespark.org.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis has been a local, family-owned and operated business for nearly 50 years and helps keep Central Indiana's economy strong by employing over 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis stands by their products and services while they share and embrace our conservative values. So when you have garage door problems, call them today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis, 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow, and the problem gets worse. Call National Tax Solutions today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call National Tax Solutions today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
In 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, how many former basketball players from IU Indy are filing a lawsuit against the university? What a Greenfield man is charged with after leaving his toddler outside in the snow unattended. Who's announcing a run for a state Senate seat this week? And another honor is given to IU football coach Curt Cignetti. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Time for Fox News. It's 10 o'clock.
A special interview for an ex-special counsel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Republican-led House Judiciary Committee is about to question in private Jack Smith, the former special counsel who got 2 Trump indictments and criminal cases dropped after the election. Chairman Jim Jordan tells Fox.
Remember, they put a gag order on the President of the United States. This is something we'll ask him about today.
Smith was subpoenaed this month to provide both testimony and documents relating to his various prosecutions of President Trump during his time between terms, including alleged efforts to overturn election results and alleged mishandling of classified documents. Smith had offered to testify publicly, though the committee Republicans declined that.
Fox's Evan Brown. Tonight, President Trump will address the nation at 9 p.m. Eastern, expected to tout his accomplishments in the first year of his second term. Will he bring up Venezuela? The president posted on Truth Social, days after the U.S. seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, that he's ordering a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers to Venezuela, writing,
"It'll only get bigger until such time as they return to the U.S. all the oil, land, and other assets they previously stole from us. The illegitimate Maduro regime is using oil from these stolen oil fields to finance themselves, drug terrorism, human trafficking, murder, and even kidnapping." Now, dictator Nicolas Maduro, again overnight, called the Trump administration thieves.
Fox's Jillian Turner at the State Department. There is more video in the search for the Brown University shooter. Fox's Brian Yennis reports from Providence. Police hope someone recognizes the mannerisms and walk of the man in the mask in the footage.
The Attorney General says so far the video released is the best they have of this person of interest. Police say video shows this man casing the neighborhood 5.5 hours before the shooting. 2 students were murdered, 9 others wounded on Saturday. Nick Reiner could be arraigned in court this morning in Los Angeles the day after being charged with murder in the stabbing deaths of his parents in Los Angeles. America's listening to Fox News.
93
is naming the school. It's sunny and 40 in Indianapolis. Today's high about 45. Some clouds will roll in for this afternoon. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's now 10:02. 6 former Indiana University Indianapolis men's basketball players are suing the university over what they say was physical and psychological abuse by former head coach Paul Corsaro. The players claim Corsaro physically harmed them and used derogatory slurs during practice. Some players reported having anxiety and sleep problems along with mental health issues. One player said he called the suicide hotline multiple times. The players say IU Indy is negligent in hiring Corsaro and failing to address his behavior. While Corsaro denies the allegations, he has also filed a tort claim against the school. Neglect of a dependent is one of the charges against a man from Greenfield. John Herrick explains why.
A toddler was found in the snow with nothing but a diaper Monday afternoon. Greenfield Deputy Police Chief Charles McMichael says they followed the child's footprints back to an apartment where Logan Nicholas lived.
Officers found the front door of that particular address open. They hollered in, didn't receive any kind of notification back, any feedback. They made entrance into the apartment to check the welfare of anybody else that may be there, and that's when they found a man asleep on the couch.
McMichael says they also found narcotics before they woke Nicholas up, and he says they had to scream loudly to get him to wake up. He later admitted that the child was his before being taken to the Hancock County Jail. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A Danville man is charged this week in a case that has gained plenty of attention online. Court documents say Levi Garrett, a volleyball coach, texted someone he believed was a teenager on a dating app in March and also sent sexually explicit images of himself. He also agreed to meet the victim in Greencastle. Garrett has a hearing scheduled for late January. Marion County Sheriff Kerry Forstall is making a run for a different office. He announced his candidacy for an Indiana Senate seat next year. Forstall will be running for the District 31 seat that's currently held by Kyle Walker, who has decided not to seek re-election. The Indiana Pacers putting in some much-needed practice this week, especially after how they played against the Wizards.
It was poor. It was probably as poorly as we played all year. We've had some other tough games, but to play like that at home was very disappointing.
The Pacers' record now 6-20. They will head into a matchup for tomorrow night with the New York Knicks. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Kendall Casey back in 1 minute.
My grades were bad. I would like.
It's Terry Stacy for Cynthia's Hallmark, and this Christmas, give her something she'll treasure forever. The most sought-after jewelry in the country, E. Newton. Timeless, elegant, and designed for everyday wear. And don't forget the classic Ronaldo bracelets, hand-wired with care in New Albany, Indiana, and these gifts are gifts she will truly love. E. Newton and Ronaldo are available only at Cynthia's Hallmark in Greenfield, and if you're looking for relaxation as a gift, explore the Lemon Lavender Collection. Pampering spa day favorites, perfect for anyone who could use a little comfort this season. And you've got to feel the lavender-scented Warm Pals. They're gently weighted, warm or cool, and designed to give that soothing hug-like feeling. Gifts that fit every budget for every person on your list. You'll find just the right presents at Cynthia's Hallmark, including gift cards. Make your holiday giving meaningful, memorable, and magical. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark, celebrating 40 years. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Just Googling right now how to build a bamboo shelter. So you got to start with an A-frame, like a tripod, secure the joints. They say you have to treat the wood so that it will resist insects, but I don't think that's going to be an option. I'm looking up stuff on how to be on Survivor.
How to
the TV show.
Win the TV show Survivor, since this evening is the season finale of your favorite TV show, Survivor.
It will be interrupted by Donald Trump's speech. He's going to tell us how wonderful everything is, and that'll last maybe 45 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on how great he thinks everything is. And then it's going to come back to Survivor, but I've long thought that I should try out for Survivor.
And one of the funniest things is it's like the only TV show you watch.
Yeah.
It's not like you're
On
this huge
broadcast
consumer
TV.
of broadcast TV. You're
I
watching
don't really
all
watch
these
a lot of
shows.
TV, period.
Yeah. Like Survivor's like your only show.
And I know people are going to say, oh, Survivor's woke. And yeah, I know. I try to, I look through that. I go beyond it.
Grit your teeth and go past that.
I'm there for Jeff Probst and the torches. And the part about the show that I really enjoy is the challenges, the athletic element to it. That's where I may struggle the most.
The one that's your favorite part of the show, and if I was on the show, that would be the one I am least successful
Well, we
at.
talked yesterday about the new sign of masculinity in America is the pull-up.
Is the pull-up.
Right? I'd be like,
That fits
I'm going to have to start working out a lot more before I try out.
Okay, so my least favorite of all the Survivor challenges are the ones where they have to stand on a pole.
Oh, right, where they have to balance or something.
Actually stress me out. They're just have to stand on this pole above the water, and you just stand there for hours and hours and hours, and who falls off last is the big winner. I actually get like that. I get fidgety watching that. It's so stressful.
Do you think Marco Rubio would last in Survivor?
He
lasted a presidential run. Still is a politician.
Not only did he last a presidential run, he got a very nice job as Secretary of the State. So
Isn't
that's
that the
pretty
way
good.
it happens?
Right, exactly.
You're no good at this, but let's put you over
Let's
here.
give you this cushy government job over here instead. Yeah, I think Marco Rubio would be pretty good at Survivor. He'd be a lot better than Nancy Pelosi would be at Survivor.
Could you imagine political Survivor?
That would be...
Put all these politicians on an island and watch them cannibalize each other?
The greatest show of all time.
I mean, it's kind of like what they do in non-Survivor.
Yeah, but it's just verbally cannibalizing each other. Now it'd be physical. Can you imagine watching Bernie Sanders try and make fire out of twigs?
No. Nancy Pelosi would never last because there's no alcohol.
Oh!
Unless they go to the sanctuary where good things happen.
Right. Every now and then you win one of those challenges.
You get the reward.
You get the big food
yeah,
buffet.
And Jeff Probst
and he's
is like, we're going to have Mexican food with margaritas.
All of a sudden, Nancy Pelosi can, run a 4.240. Right. She's like, margaritas, out of my way, Bernie Sanders. I'm coming through.
Marco Rubio has had many hats within the Trump administration. So I think maybe he would be pretty decent at Survivor.
Seems like he can multitask. He's a diplomat, a Secretary of State.
Correct.
He's going overseas.
He's got the social game down.
Bringing forces together, creating alliances, creating splits in other alliances. I think Marco Rubio would be the odds-on favorite to win political Survivor.
So you know who would be really bad? Chris Christie, Jamie Pritzker.
No, Chris Christie would be amazing at it because he could not eat the entire 30 days and he'd be fine. He's got enough reserves hanging around that love handle that he'd be like, oh, skipping another meal? I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Marco Rubio announced that he will not run for president in 2028 if Vice President J.D. Vance seeks the Republican nomination, so he potentially could be available. He said if J.D. Vance runs, he's going to be our nominee, and I'll be one of the first to support him. I've been saying for a while that I think out of the two, Marco Rubio seems to have grown the most in his position.
He certainly seems to be the adult in the administration that seems to be level-headed, pragmatic around all the chaos in the administration. But what's Rubio going to say? I mean, if you're the vice president, when it comes to re-election, if the president isn't running for re-election, the vice president is always the default de facto chosen one to run instead. So it's not like he can, start fighting with J.D. Vance right now to be, who's going to run for vice president. Also, keep in mind, too, Marco Rubio can say whatever he wants now. But as soon as he sees the slightest bit of weakness, a little blood in the water, if Vance's campaign ain't going great,
say something else.
He could change his mind and be like, changed my mind. Turns out I'm running for president after all.
Yeah. Earlier this year, Trump suggested that they could run together on a GOP ticket.
I would not be surprised if that's the
He
case.
did not indicate who would be his preferred leader in that situation. He just said they could run together. And Marco Rubio's remarks came in that Vanity Fair piece, which Susie Wiles had called a disingenuously famed hit piece. We're going to talk more about that Vanity Fair article later on this morning. It is the Kendall and Casey show, by the way. I'm Casey. That's Jim, who is in for Rob, who has the day off. But Marco Rubio, he was also, after a classified meeting on military operations in the Caribbean, he said that they're focusing on dismantling the infrastructure of terrorist organizations.
Obviously, we had a classified hearing, so the details of which we can't discuss. It's, I believe, our 22nd or 23rd bipartisan engagement. We'll continue to engage with Congress on this. We're headed to the House now to do a similar briefing and provide updates on this counter-drug mission, which is focused on dismantling the infrastructure of these terrorist organizations that are operating in our hemisphere, undermining the security of Americans, killing Americans, poisoning Americans. And this has been a highly successful mission that's ongoing and continued, and we're pleased to be here today to update Congress on how that's developing and how that's moving forward. As I said, I believe it's our 22nd, 23rd such engagement, certainly been at least the fourth or fifth that I've been involved in, and those will remain and be ongoing.
Donald Trump has announced a total and complete blockade of all sanctioned Venezuelan oil tankers. They previously seized a tanker off the Venezuela coast. Trump labeled Maduro's government an FTO, foreign terrorist organization. He accused it of drug smuggling, human trafficking, and other crimes.
Yeah, for Donald Trump, who ran as the peace president, certainly pretty active in foreign skirmishes. Obviously, Americans bombed the bunkers in Iran, helping out Israel, and now he's got a blockade of sanctioned oil tankers from Venezuela. Historically, a blockade has always been exactly the same as a declaration of war. We're blowing up boats in the Caribbean that are coming from Venezuela, not so much the peace president.
So Trump called it he said they're completely surrounded by the largest armada ever assembled in the history of South America, and he warned that it's only going to get bigger. And we're going to continue to hear more about this. I'm curious to see if Donald Trump will bring this up tonight in his speech. I'm sure he will.
He'll talk about it from some aspect. Another key aspect of what's going on in Venezuela. Venezuela is a major ally of Russia. And so all of this is also part of the negotiating process to try and settle that war with Ukraine as well. So that's multifaceted here, what's going on in Venezuela.
Venezuela said the actions are warmongering, also accusing the U.S. of attempting to steal the country's oil resources. Another thing that the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, did is he ordered diplomatic correspondence to stop using how do you say it?
Calibri.
The Calibri. This is a font?
This is a font. So when you're
a font on your computer,
yeah, when you're in like Microsoft Word or whatever, you hit the little button at the top, you can choose from 100 fonts. The State Department has been using Calibri.
Okay, so this was a Biden administration decision to switch from Times New Roman to Calibri. And now Marco Rubio has directed all of the U.S. diplomats worldwide to use Times New Roman 14-point font for all official documents. So that's what I use, by the way.
Times New Roman?
When I'm creating the template.
Yeah. The template's
I
done.
use Times New Roman 14-point. I had no idea that I was already adhering to Marco Rubio's rules.
Well, let's be honest. Times New Roman, I mean, that's the classic tried and true font. It's rock solid. Everybody enjoys it to some degree. However, I will weigh in and say both Calibri and Times New Roman are inferior to the best font, which is obviously Helvetica. That's the font I use. In fact, if I'm opening a document, I'm reading an email, anything I'm doing, if it's not in Helvetica, I'll immediately go up to the top of the page, select all, and change it all to Helvetica.
You're not using Wingdings?
I'm not using Comic Sans. I'm not using Wingdings. I'm not using Calibri. I'm not using Times New Roman. It is Helvetica. It's been scientifically proven. It is the superior font to everything else.
So Rubio criticized Calibri, and he said it was wasteful, confusing, and unbefitting the dignity of U.S. government documents, claiming it cost the State Department $145,000 and did not improve accessibility. And it was all part of a DEI program, which obviously the Trump administration is dismantling. Here's Fox News cheering on the decision for Times New Roman.
Yay.
Secretary Rubio trashing the Biden-era change to Calibri, a softer, wider font.
Rubio says, and I quote, switching to Calibri achieved nothing except the degradation of the department's official correspondence.
Boom!
So Rubio described the Calibri switch as cosmetic, and he said that it degraded correspondence and also clashed with department letterhead. I had no idea people were this passionate about their font. I mean, I know what I like to use and what's appropriate in different situations. Like, you're not going to use Comic Sans on a resume.
You're not going to use Comic Sans ever. Let's start with that part of the conversation. Never, ever use Comic Sans.
All right, well, here's a comedian. His name is Eric Schwartz. He's got an entire stand-up routine based on fonts.
What's the worst font ever? What is it? That's right, Comic Sans.
Thank you.
There's some people in here, but I use Comic Sans. You guys, this is the PT Cruiser of fonts. And then there's some people in here, but I drive a PT Cruiser, and you're the same people that use Comic Sans.
Yeah.
I know why you use it. I get it. You think it's cute and funny. It's telling you it is not funny. Comic, from the word comedy. Sans, meaning without. It literally means without comedy. Use it on your own personal stuff all day. But you cannot trust Comic Sans. You cannot trust it for serious matters.
You also apparently can't trust Calibri because that's what the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, doesn't want him using anymore.
Okay, so for as ridiculous as all of this is, we've had a 10-minute conversation about fonts. The most ridiculous part is that the Biden administration changed from Times New Roman to Calibri as a DEI initiative.
Right.
I don't even know how that, I didn't know that fonts had DEI aspects to them.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
Especially Biden.
Yeah.
He had no idea.
Actually, I guess Marco Rubio knew.
The auto pen knew.
And now, good one. And now it's being changed back. You're listening to the Kendall Casey Show. It is 93 WIBC.
Take a picture on the red carpet, then settle in for a night where politics actually makes sense. And the punchlines are intentional.
This year wasn't just unpredictable. It needed subtitles.
Be part of an evening with smart conversation, outstanding bourbon, and that signature Tony Katz blend of insight and entertainment. This is a night that will make your friends jealous if they don't join you. Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later, January 24th. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
When I was 48 years old, I had a massive heart attack.
Jake Query, sports radio host and announcer for the IndyCar Radio Network, shares his story as a registered organ donor.
I've always heard the assumption that I don't know about being an organ donor because if you go into the ER, they're going to be more anxious to get your organs. I'm kind of proof that's not the case. When your life is the one that's in the balance, your life is the priority.
Say yes to organ donation.
I have the opportunity to allow another group of people to continue the love and the beauty of life. Why wouldn't I do it?
To learn more, go to donatelifeindiana.org.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We'll help you find last-minute gifts that don't look last-minute, even if you're still planning to propose. At Shane Company, we'll show you perfect gifts at perfect prices, in stock and ready to give. Like hand-matched diamond studs, 14-karat gold chains, or the ultimate gift, a beautiful engagement ring. We have longer store hours, so you can skip the crowds and shop when you want, or visit us at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion? That's billion with a B? Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
This Christmas, come see Pierce Jewelers' stunning showcases of spectacular designs and be dazzled by their one-of-a-kind collection of fine jewelry. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour powered by Pierce Jewelers, Carmel's Diamond Engagement Ring Store.
I can't remember what it was. I'm gonna text Rob right now and ask him.
Sure, yeah.
And see what he comes up with.
Interrupt his vacation. Hey,
Yeah.
Rob.
Oh, he's been texting. He's still working. You know he can't not be involved.
Rob Kendall, at his core, is just full of opinions, and he must get them out. So when he is not here on the show, they come out usually via texts to you or tweets from his social media accounts, but he's got a lot of opinions, and he's got to get them out there. So no problem interrupting him while he's on vacation.
Yeah, I just texted him. Maybe he'll shoot me a text and he'll remind me. What I'm talking about is it was a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Rob and I were interviewing Jacob Stewart from Indy Star.
Yep.
And we were mentioning Indianapolis City Councilor Nick Roberts. And he has a twin brother, Nate Roberts. Nick Roberts is a Democrat.
Okay.
His twin brother, Nate Roberts, is a Republican. And I recall asking Jacob Stewart from Indy Star something about that. And Jacob was like, well, I don't know. Something about, well, I bet their Thanksgiving is interesting. They're on opposite sides of the political spectrum. Oh, the immigration group he formed. See, I knew Rob.
Rob got back to you in 15 seconds. The man is on vacation and got back to you in 15 seconds about the text.
Yes,
I love it.
That's what it was. So, yeah, we were talking with Jacob Stewart from Indy Star about this immigration group that was being formed, and Nick Roberts and Nate Roberts were on opposite sides of this. So, okay. But at the time, Nate Roberts, the Republican, was not overtly involved in politics.
Yeah, he just wasn't out there publicly about it. Sure.
Correct. Not like his brother, who is an office
Who
holder.
obviously is out there because he's part of the city county council.
Correct. Well, Nick Roberts, the Democrat, the one who is the counselor, put out a post yesterday saying, oh, guess what? Republican twin brother is entering politics.
Hey everybody, Nick here. I just want to address something for you all that you may have heard about because it's caused a lot of confusion. So my identical twin brother Nate has recently decided to get involved in Republican politics. And yes, I promise this is real and not a joke. While this might seem ridiculous for a lot of reasons, it's been very confusing because we look similar, because he's Republican, and because a lot of people didn't even know I was a twin in the first place. Like a lot of families, we have plenty of political disagreement hours, and it's just something that we've had to deal with. So just know if you see somebody like that looks like me at a Republican event, or definitely if they're wearing a MAGA hat, it is not me, it is him. And while we disagree on a lot of things, he's still my brother and I care about him, but we just disagree on basically every single political issue. I just want you all to be aware of it. Hope you have a great rest of your week.
So this is like preventative. That wasn't me.
Ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Can you imagine? So you've got Nick the Democrat, who's been in politics for at least a little while. He's on the city county council. And you got Nate the twin brother that decides to insert himself. And by the way, Nick Roberts, if you go look at that video that he put it on Twitter yesterday, he looks like he's about 12 years old. So the whole time, the only thing I'm picturing
they both probably do then.
Is like them around, a family dinner, and Nick's like, Mom, Nate's getting into politics. Politics is supposed to be my thing, Mom. Tell him to stop. People are confusing him. He's wearing a MAGA hat, and people think that I'm supporting Donald Trump. Mom!
Right. That's the main reason why I feel like the video came out, was like, that's not me.
And Casey,
don't get us confused.
Casey, you've got siblings.
I do.
I've got siblings.
Correct.
This just seems like an epic troll from the Republican twin. Oh, you're a Democrat? Putting out videos on Twitter, all proud of your Democrat credentials? Ah, yeah, fine. Guess what? I'm Republican now. Check out this MAGA hat, Nick. Stick it, buddy.
Yeah, so Nate Roberts, the Republican, he recently spoke in support of Donald Trump and also the redistricting plan. So is this what we really need to know from either one of these guys? Which way do mom and dad lean?
Right, that's the next part about it.
Yeah. Because
they're going to be like,
are we just vying for mom and dad's love?
It'll be like when Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce played in the Super Bowl, and their mom wore that split jersey right down the middle, had that custom jersey with half of it was Jason's, half of it was Travis. That's what mom and dad are going to be like with their political sons.
I'm hoping for a nice debate between the two.
I just have this feeling that there's some sort of competitive list, like Nick the Democrat beat Nate to make the 8th grade basketball team, and that's still sitting there, and Nate the Republican kind of in the back of his mind is like, oh, fine, you won that one. Guess what?
Just wait. One of these days.
I'm going to stick it to you in politics now.
Yeah.
At least that's what I would do to my brother.
Of course you would.
I did, yeah. Or actually my sisters.
Nature. You'd probably do it with your younger sister
with my sisters.
Anything.
Actually, it's not even so much competitive. I just love trash talking my sisters.
Yeah, you just do it for sport.
When my family gets around, my two sisters and I, not so much my brother, but my two sisters and I just say the meanest, nastiest trash talk to each other all the time.
Very manipulative.
No, it's just fun. It's just for sport. It's
just
for sport.
For fun.
And my sisters deserve it. Believe me. They deserve every bit of that trash talk that I give them.
As long as you laugh it off with a smile.
And we do.
It's
you
all
know
good,
that. Of course
right?
we do.
No, I know. They're good sports about it. But I think after the first of the year, when Rob Kendall returns from his sabbatical, we'll have to have Nick and Nate on the show.
Oh, that'd be great. The Nick and Nate debate.
Oh, you've already branded it.
I've already came up with a name for it.
Fantastic.
They're twin brothers. Both names start with the letter N. Oh, this is going to be it's going to be incredible. Kendall and Casey show in 2026 is going to be amazing.
It's going to be on fire. You are listening to Kendall and Casey. It is the show. It's 93 WIBC.
Marcus Morris here with Family Heating and Air. As we're reaching colder weather, you may find yourself in need of furnace service. At Family, we specialize in solutions to extend your furnace life. Call the Fix-It team from Family. You can easily reach us at familyhvac.net. From our family to yours, have a happy holiday.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Candula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're still searching for him. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending now at 10:30. Police continuing to look for the person responsible for the shooting at Brown University over the weekend.
The public is anxious and fearful, understandably, because we still do not know the identity of this primary person of interest in this case. Now, we do know that he's 5'8", he's got a stocky build, and now investigators are hoping with newly released enhanced video, someone will recognize the way this person is moving. The person of interest is seen wearing a satchel in some images, but in others, he is not. They have no information about how old he is and nothing to suggest that this is a Brown University student or staff member.
Fox's Brian Yennis reporting the shooting left 2 people dead, 9 others injured. Nick Reiner, the son of late actor and director Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle, is expected to make his first court appearance today, facing charges in the stabbing deaths of his parents. If convicted, Reiner could face the death penalty or life in state prison without parole. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, revealing in a post on X they have discovered a significant number of crime reports in Washington, D.C. were misclassified, making crime numbers look artificially lower than they were. Pirro explaining to Fox's America's Newsroom that their investigation included a review of almost 6,000 reports.
Now we're in a situation with President Trump and the Attorney General Pam Bondi, where every case is being looked at. Every case is being reviewed by my office. So if it appears that the arrest is lower than what the facts show, we're going to upgrade that crime.
However, D.C.'s recent crime drop also tracks with similar trends in major cities all across the U.S. And the Powerball jackpot now a staggering $1.25 billion. It's the 6th largest jackpot in Powerball history. A Powerball ticket worth $50,000 was sold at a gas station in Pendleton, Indiana earlier this week. I'm Jarrett Lewis, on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
If you or someone you know needs help putting food on the table, that help is closer than you think. WIBC Cares. We've partnered with local food banks and organizations to provide resources for those who need them. Just go to WIBC.com and look for the banner that says Find Free Food Near You. You'll find a link to Community Compass, an up-to-date interactive map that shows locations, days, and times for you to collect food at no cost, as well as other resources to help you through this challenging time. Find community help now at WIBC.com.
This holiday season, give the gift of Indy's most iconic dining experiences. Now through December 31st, Hughes Culinary is offering a 20% bonus gift card with every gift card purchase of $125 or more. That's 20% more to give or keep for yourself.
And gift cards are available at all Hughes Culinary restaurants: St. Elmo Steakhouse, Harry and Izzy's, the HC Tavern and Kitchen, and 1933 Lounge. You can also order online at HughesCulinary.com. Make the season unforgettable with gift cards from Hughes Culinary.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Buying a diamond has changed. There are mined and lab-grown diamonds. Pierce Jewelers carries both. Pierce can educate you and save your hard-earned money. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce
Inside
Jewelers.
Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
You just gotta ask yourself, why? Why would she do it? There has to be a reason behind it.
Doesn't make any sense on the surface.
So Susie Wiles, who is Donald Trump's chief of staff, she gave a very detailed interview with Vanity Fair, a publication that I would say is not friendly towards Republicans at all.
Putting it lightly.
And she was very critical of not only the president, but also the vice president, the attorney general, and other people in the cabinet. You did get some very glossy photos out of the article. Which were interesting on their own.
The photos they released of Susie Wiles that they took for this article are unflattering, is a kind way of putting it. Unflattering to Susie Wiles.
Did she not know the camera was going to be on her? She knew she was posing for these pictures, but her eyes were wide open.
Well,
it's like for every photo of her, she's looking like she's nervous.
And the ones that I saw, they were extreme close-ups. My guess is they took a wide shot and then just cropped it to be where it's nothing but her face.
Yeah, well, I feel like that was Vanity Fair doing that intentionally.
Of course. Did you see the pictures they used when they interviewed Karine Jean-Pierre and did the big profile piece on her? Oh, she's looking lovely. She's in a red pantsuit in front of the White House. The pictures are very flattering of her. Yeah.
But of Susie Wiles and everybody else, it's not quite as flattering. In the interview, she described Trump as having an alcoholic's personality, and she compared his traits to her late father. And we all know that Donald Trump doesn't drink, though. So that's interesting.
Yeah,
she would say that.
I think what she's trying to say is, look, alcoholics have these sorts of personality traits. Donald Trump shares those, even though he doesn't drink at all. I think that's where she was getting at with that.
She also criticized Elon Musk, called him an odd duck, said that J.D. Vance was into conspiracy theories. And J.D. Vance was making light of it, and he said that, yeah, I only believe in the conspiracy theories that are true, though.
Good response.
Yeah. She said that Pam Bondi whiffed on the Epstein files, called it a debacle.
You nailed that one. She's not the first person to say that.
She denied speculation that Trump would try and defy the 22nd Amendment, and she then afterwards called it a disingenuously framed hit piece. Well, she had to know that going in.
What did you think you were going to get? Vanity Fair hates your guts. This just makes everything about this makes no sense. Starting with Susie Wiles. She has been the quietest out of all the cabinet members since the Trump administration started. I haven't heard a word from her.
So there was talk, this was like last week, the past 10 days, there were rumblings that Donald Trump was going to be shaking up his cabinet, and Pam Bondi was on the bubble.
Bongino and Patel were going to be out.
And then there was word that Susie Wiles was maybe going to be shown the door. And then this article comes out in Vanity Fair, and now Donald Trump has turned around and started defending her.
Look.
So is this all planned? Was this premeditated? Oh, people are speculating that we're going to get fired or we're going to be let go. Well, let's do this very salacious article. They may take parts of it out of context. And now Donald Trump is defending his cabinet.
Look, Trump is not dumb. And in fact, he is an extraordinarily smart man. He is extremely strategic, and he knows better than any politician in U.S. history how to work the media in this country. So I'm going, because he's got this incredible track record of being able to manipulate the media for his own benefit, I'm going to kind of give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. But on the surface, it looks like that this is just a internally dysfunctional disaster from a communication standpoint from the Trump administration.
So Susie Wiles, she's known to be savvy and very deliberate. She knows how media access works. And you have to imagine, was this a diversion? Because this is coming out at a time when Donald Trump is getting some bad headlines. You know, you've got rising unemployment. His approval ratings have been dropping. Underperformance in things like redistricting.
And like you said, a lot of the other secretaries have come under fire, whether it's Hegseth or Patel or Bongino or whoever, or Pam Bondi. Maybe this is his way of saying, you know what, I'm going to throw the best one I've got, Susie Wiles, to the wolves here as just a massive distraction to kind of take some of the heat off the other guys in the administration.
She's also been somewhat protected she hasn't been as out in front like other members of his cabinet.
You barely heard.
Everybody knows who Pam Bondi is. Everybody knows Dan Bongino and Kash Patel. Susie Wiles, that name hasn't been out there as much as Kennedy, for example, Rubio. I mean, Susie Wiles just hasn't been as much as the face of the administration as some of these other people are. She's been protected.
You see, more
unlike other chiefs of staff who have been in the past.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, go back to Clinton's chief of staff, Rahm Emanuel. I mean, he was one of the more high-profile chiefs of staff.
He's still trying to grab headlines.
Right, in recent memory. But you're right, Susie Wiles has been absolutely silent this entire time. She hasn't given any.
So when she does speak, she's going to go to Vanity Fair with this long expose and say things against the administration?
None of it makes any sense. I'm going to assume that this is Trump's intentionally doing this to create some sort of distraction for other things that are going on.
Yes, because instead of rising prices and unemployment,
a loss in the Indiana redistricting fight.
Now we're talking about a Vanity Fair article.
Now we're talking about Vanity Fair for an interview with a cabinet secretary that nobody has spoken to in advance of this.
Here's J.D. Vance. He's commenting on the article.
And the last thing I'll say is if any of us have learned a lesson from that Vanity Fair article, I hope that the lesson is we should be giving fewer interviews to mainstream media outlets. So
you would think that they knew that lesson already.
Well, but they don't follow it. I mean,
the term fake news came from them.
But this is part of Trump's pattern too. Trump, has continually, whether it was his first term where he gave the exclusive interview to Bob Woodward that turned out to be a total disaster, or Trump giving exclusive interviews to CBS, he goes to these leftist media organizations that he knows are going to trash him, but he goes and does it anyway. And this time, he threw his chief of staff out there to do it.
And now he's defending her. He's defending all of them once again. Fernando Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner. He posted about winning the Heisman on his LinkedIn page. I find that hilarious. Now, by all accounts, everybody's saying that his LinkedIn page is amazing.
If he doesn't make it in the NFL, he has a outstanding start for corporate America. So he's been talked about as being like a huge nerd, a football nerd, in a positive way. LinkedIn, let's be honest, it's for nerds, and he the good nerd he is, he's crushing his LinkedIn strategy right now. It's been fabulous.
Well, it's a major award. Why wouldn't you put it on
that's his one qualification. I won the Heisman Trophy.
He said, "I'm excited to share that I have won the 2025 Heisman Trophy after winning the Big Ten championship. I would like to thank Coach Kurt Signetti, my offensive line, and everyone who has helped me throughout this process. I'm grateful for this amazing opportunity and cannot wait to get back to work. Go Hoosiers." And he has attached a picture of himself holding the Heisman Trophy. I mean, yeah.
You know who does
If that's on your resume, put it on your LinkedIn page.
You know who does use LinkedIn?
Who?
The executives at companies that sponsor athletes. I think that this is a pretty darn good strategy, and some other athletes may start to lean into this. The executives of the Orange Bowl and the sponsors of the Orange Bowl and all the other college football events, they're the type of people that are going to use LinkedIn. And so Fernando Mendoza, being smart, just speaking to them on their platform and in their language.
Do you follow him on Twitter? Is he on X? That seems like somebody you would follow.
I don't.
Okay.
Let me check.
You follow him on LinkedIn.
I don't.
Have you sent him a request?
I'm not. Oh, you calling me a nerd? Calling me a LinkedIn nerd?
I'm just saying.
There was a time when I was using LinkedIn on the regular basis, but that's when I was working in corporate America. But now that I don't work in corporate America, I don't touch LinkedIn anymore.
Social media for work. Smart move, though. If I had one, I would put it on my LinkedIn page as well. So the merch for the Rose Bowl has dropped.
Yeah, it has.
And it's looking like there's a lot of good stuff out there. Are you looking up Twitter right now?
Yeah, I was looking to see if Fernando Mendoza has a Twitter account, and I didn't get to it in time.
I'm sure he does. So lots of merchandise available for the Rose Bowl. The Hoosiers appearing in that game. So what do you think? how many of these items are on your Christmas list?
A bunch of them. And look, admittedly, if you've listened to me when I've filled in on the show in the past, you know Notre Dame is my team. It has been since I was a little kid. But, man, I am on the IU bandwagon. Sign me up. I'm excited about this.
You saw IU play when they were in Maryland.
I did. I was visiting our daughter in Baltimore several weeks ago, and we were just talking. I was like, I wonder what the college football schedule looks like. I was like, oh, IU's playing Maryland. That's like an hour away from where I am right now. So, yeah, I took our daughter and her friend, and we all went to the CIU, pound the brakes off of Maryland. It was great.
So the IUHoosiers.com, shop IUHoosiers.com has, I'm seeing 4 items.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot for Rose Bowl specific merch.
But you've got GameDaySpirit.com, who has a lot more.
They have a ton. GameDaySpirit.com. This is where I've gone for right now. Now, you want to talk about sticker shock. You think that your property taxes are high. You think that your electricity bills are high. The price for IU Rose Bowl merch has got them all beat.
Okay, now I have the IUHoosiers.com website up, and I'm seeing the 4 items that they have. The Indiana Hoosiers Rose Bowl knit cap. This is just a
just a little beanie.
A winter hat. Almost $50.
I know. I told you. It's sticker shock. This is expensive stuff.
Yeah. You've got the hoodie. It's a gray hoodie with red print on it. $100.
$100 for a hoodie. Is it Lululemon? It's not even Lululemon, and it's $100.
T-shirt is $50.
Yeah.
And what is this? A sticker? Is that what this is?
I think so. Yeah.
Let me see. Yes. Oh no, it's a pin. Hoosiers to the Rose Bowl. Snag this Hype IU pin and level up your game day fit. So it's something that you can pin to your clothes.
Like a lapel pin for maybe a sport coat or something?
It's $12.
Oh, that's the cheapest thing they got.
Now, the Game Day website it's GameDaySpirit.com. A lot more options, but the price isn't coming down on any of these either.
Yeah. Do you want to take a guess on some of these? The pricing?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the cheapest item. This is just a straight-up Rose Bowl T-shirt.
Okay. Well,
what do you got?
The IU site has it for $50, so I'm going to start there.
Lower.
Oh, $40.
Lower.
$30?
$32.99. So that's your cheapest one here.
A little cheaper.
Okay, now let's take a big step up here. Quarter zip. I love a good quarter zip. This is an IU long sleeve quarter zip Cutter and Buck brand. Give me your price.
$75.
Higher.
Ooh, $80.
Higher.
$90?
$105.
$105.
And just when you got sticker shock from that, the most expensive item, Indiana Hoosiers football Rose Bowl women's Evoke Echo vest. So this is like a winter vest, kind of
like
a puffy vest.
Like a puffer?
Puffy vest.
Okay.
Cutter and Buck is the brand manufacturer.
Okay, the 3/4 inch zip was what, 105?
105.
I'm going to say this is 135.
Higher.
145?
Higher.
160?
Higher.
Are you kidding?
$200.
Wow.
$200 for a women's IU Rose Bowl vest.
Well, it is a historical win, so I guess you got to celebrate appropriately.
Super fans will pay it. It won't be me. I'm going to be cringing if I want that $35 T-shirt. That's going to have a hard time shelling out for that.
Yeah. This is the Kendall Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in tax debt? Do not ignore this message. The IRS has more power than any collection agency in America. Often without warning, they can garnish your wages, levy your bank account, place a lien on your home, seize assets like your business, and revoke your passport. Every year, thousands lose their paychecks overnight or have their assets seized because they waited too long. You don't have to face the IRS alone. Call National Tax Solutions today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. You deserve to maintain your life. Don't let the IRS take it over. Make the call today to National Tax Solutions, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are absolutely free. 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
This Christmas, get a bonus AI Essentials course when you enroll in any My Computer Career IT program by the end of the year. That's a $3,900 value. Attend classes online or on campus. Enjoy lifetime job placement support and IT certifications in high demand. Go to mycomputercareer.edu today and take the free career evaluation. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Conditions apply to AI offer and financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the GI Bill.
Holiday savings are in full swing right now at Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 sale. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. Come on in to Tom Roush for those holiday savings. And Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. See dealer for complete offer details. This Black Friday, skip the lines and hit the gas. Now through December 13th, Financial Center is offering auto loan rates as low as 4.99% APR for up to 66 months, whether you're buying new or refinancing. Plus, enjoy no payments for 90 days, giving you room to breathe this holiday season. Start now at fcfcu.com/auto. That's fcfcu.com/auto. Subject to underwriting guidelines. See website for terms and conditions.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
10 athletes will face the toughest job interview in fitness that will push past physical and mental breaking points. You are the fittest of the fit. Only one of you will leave here with an iFit contract for $250,000.
This is when mindset comes in.
Someone will be eliminated.
Pressure is coming down.
This is Trainer Games.
Watch it on Prime Video starting January 8th.
The blue and gold look to take a bite out of the Big Apple on Thursday.
Offensive rebound, Neesmith on the foul line. Drives it over here to the left wing, then comes right back into the lane and sets up Furphy for three out of the far corner.
The Pacers host the New York Knicks Thursday at 7. This Eastern Conference showdown is always a must-see game. So get your tickets at pacers.com/tickets.
Rebounded by Jackson. Shot clock to three. Nembhard from the right edge beat the shot clock and hit a three.
Pacers-Knicks, Thursday at 7.
Game day starts at the Slippery Noodle. Monday, December 22nd, it's the Colts Ultimate Tailgate from 4 to 8:15 p.m. Great food, good vibes, and all the pregame fun you need.
Whenever I see stories about the roads, I always remember Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan, and her platform that she ran on was fix the damn roads.
That was actually her campaign line, fix the damn roads.
Fix the damn roads. And then what did she do? She didn't fix the damn roads.
She didn't fix the damn roads?
Yeah. So there has been a new survey that has come out, and this is from Overdrive. This is the 2025 Truckers Highway Report Card. They surveyed 600 truck drivers and owner-operators of trucks, and they were asking, who has the worst roads in America? Guess what, kids? We're number one.
Yes, we're number one.
Yeah. So Gretchen Whitmer from Michigan may have ran on fixing the damn roads, but maybe Governor Braun should pick up that mantle because 32% of those surveyed named Indiana as having the worst roads in the United States. And they were very specific as well. They named the top problematic routes in Indiana.
Oh, please share.
I bet you can guess one of them.
70?
Yeah, there it is.
We just traveled on it over the weekend. Very familiar with how bad 70 is.
And you knew exactly when you entered Indiana.
We were driving
from St. Louis back to Indianapolis.
And I looked at you. I was driving. I looked at you. I go, have we crossed the state line yet? And you're like, no, the roads are too nice. And 15 minutes later, we crossed the state line, and boom, you hit that little bump, and it was my tires were nothing but the whole rest of the way.
And I feel the need to apologize every time we go over those bumps or those potholes. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, gosh, I apologize. I paid my taxes. I'm sorry for this. They're just not being used properly.
It should be the politicians are the ones that are apologizing.
I know, but I was apologizing on their behalf. The other roads that are not in great shape in Indiana, according to this survey, 65 and also 80, which I find suspect because you pay a toll to be on 80. You'd think that they would keep that in better shape.
Well, if one thing has been proven correct, it's that the amount of money that you spend to fix roads does not correlate to having fixed roads. We've got one of the highest gas taxes in the entire country, yet this survey just came out and said we got the worst roads in the entire country.
So some of the truck driver quotes, they describe the travel from Indianapolis to Ohio as unbearable.
I've been there. I would agree with that.
All right, both hands on the wheel as you're making your way around today. It is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with a special message from my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Thanks, Pat. Jack Hope here. You know, 2025 was a year of growth for us as we added HVAC and electrical services to our business. This growth was due in large part to customers like you. Your support, your loyalty, and your trust has shaped Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling into who we are today. Thank you for making this year one to remember and for continuing to welcome us into your homes.
This Christmas, remember, the gift of Jesus isn't just a promise for eternity. It's a gift for today. And when Christ was born that first Christmas morning, he brought peace that passes understanding, wisdom, joy beyond circumstances, community, and freedom. And while these gifts don't fit under a tree, they were made possible on the tree that carried the weight of the world, the cross. So make Jesus a priority for you and your family this Christmas. Join us at Life Church as we celebrate the greatest gift ever given. Go to lifechurchin.com for details.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and zero down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with zero down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
This is Kevin and Kim at Reinhardt Heating and Cooling. This holiday season, your home comfort is our business. We are here to keep your family warm and comfortable, just like we have for 40 years.
We appreciate your business throughout the year, and we are always here if you need us. From our entire Reinhardt Heating and Cooling family, we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Keeping you warm in Danville, Avon, Heritage Lake, and all of Hendricks County, Reinhardt Heating and Cooling is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com. See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Coming up in 2 minutes from the Technology Recycler Studios, where a group of former IU Indy ball players are suing the university. The charges a Greenfield dad is facing after putting his toddler in danger, while a local volleyball coach is in trouble, and which Marion County official is running for a different office next year. You're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. Those stories and more after Fox News. It's 11 o'clock.
Jack Smith is on a hot seat in the House. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The ex-special counsel got 2 Trump indictments dropped after the president was elected again.
Mr. Smith, do you have any regrets about the way your prosecutions of the president were handled?
But he didn't answer Fox's Bill Maloogian on his way into a closed-door questioning going on now at the House Judiciary Committee.
Smith was the special counsel who oversaw 2 federal criminal cases against President Trump for alleged mishandling of classified documents and alleged attempts to overturn the 2020 election.
And Fox's Bill Maloogian also reports
the House Judiciary Committee plans to probe Smith about allegations that the Biden Department of Justice was weaponized to pursue his political enemies. And the issue has become personal for some lawmakers after it was revealed the Biden DOJ even subpoenaed some Republicans' phone records.
Now, also at the House, ahead of a vote on a Republican health care plan to reform Obamacare, 4 GOP lawmakers joined Democrats signing a petition that will also force a House vote on extending Obamacare tax credit set to expire at year's end and drive up the cost of coverage for millions of Americans. We're hearing that vote has been blocked. Republican Congressman Lance Gooden opposes the extension and tells Fox
COVID-era tax subsidies that have done nothing but increase costs not only to the American people but to the health care program that has been failed since they passed it.
Nick Reiner may be in court in Los Angeles this hour.
To be arraigned on charges that he murdered both his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner. He now faces those 2 charges of first-degree murder. And the LA County DA said yesterday this could be a death penalty case.
Fox's Jonathan Hunt in LA, where the parents of Nick Reiner, Rob and Michelle, were found stabbed to death in their home Sunday. In the manhunt for Brown University's gunman, police have released more videos of a man in a mask walking around campus before the Saturday shooting that left 2 students dead and 9 wounded. They hope someone will recognize his mannerisms and identify him. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A lawsuit with serious allegations. Sunny and 43 this hour in Indy. Will be partly cloudy with a high around 45 this afternoon. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's now 11:02. Former members of the 2024-25 IU Indy men's basketball team are claiming that now fired head coach Paul Corsaro would abuse them repeatedly during practice. The 6 former players filed a lawsuit this week in Marion County. They say his actions got them injured and led them to struggle with their mental health. They also claim they ended up missing out on scholarship opportunities, NIL deals, and future revenue because of Corsaro. He denies the allegations as the players accuse IU Indy of negligence in hiring him and continuing to let him coach while the abuse went on. A father is facing serious charges after his toddler was found wandering in the snow in Greenfield on Monday. Logan Nicholas was arrested after the child, wearing only a diaper, was found suffering from hypothermia. Officers filed the child's tiny footprints back into an apartment with an open front door.
They made entrance into the apartment to check the welfare of anybody else that may be there, and that's when they found a man asleep on the couch.
That's Chief Deputy Chuck McMichael from Greenfield Police. He says officers had to scream loudly to wake Nicholas up, who then confirmed the child belonged to him. Marion County prosecutors say a volleyball coach from Danville is now facing a felony charge. According to the probable cause affidavit, Levi Garrett sent sexually explicit images of himself in March to someone he believed was a young girl on a dating app. The case went viral this past summer when a well-known YouTuber, who's also part of a private group that runs sting operations, confronted Garrett on camera outside of a volleyball complex on Indy's east side. Prosecutors say Garrett had his initial hearing Tuesday. His next one will be in late January. Also in Marion County, Sheriff Kerry Forstall is eyeing a new role with a state house seat now in play.
Forstall announced that he'll run for Indiana Senate District 31 in the 2026 election. The district includes Fishers and parts of northeast Marion County. The seat opened up after Republican Kyle Walker said he wouldn't seek re-election. Walker didn't give a reason, but his decision comes weeks after he broke with his party on redistricting. Forrestal, a Democrat, says that he'll keep serving as sheriff while he works on his campaign. Ryan Hedrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College hoops last night. The Butler Bulldogs came up short against number 5 UConn on the road, 79-60. They take on Northwestern in the Indy Classic this week. And also playing in the Indy Classic will be Purdue. That's on Saturday. They will take on Auburn. Indiana will have Chicago State. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Exercise Incorporated wants you to start changing your life in 20 minutes a week this month. It's Terry Stacy, and Exercise Inc. only makes this offer once a year in December. If you come in for a free consultation in the month of December, you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out, and you don't even have to sign up. Exercise Inc. is a 20-minute once-a-week workout program that will help you get stronger, have more energy, and just feel better. This program was developed to help women with osteoporosis, but it will help both women and men get a lot stronger. Their program will also teach you simple nutritional habits that will help you lose weight and keep it off. Most importantly, you'll have a coach who will hold you accountable in reaching your goals. You don't want to miss this offer. Come in for a free consultation in the month of December, and you'll get 2 free sessions just for trying it out. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers, exerciseinc.com.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Yes, I know. We've been focusing on this morning, but just give it to me, okay? And
What's that?
Yes, I know it went woke. It's my one guilty pleasure. I'm talking about Survivor, the TV show. So the season finale is tonight, and Donald Trump in his speech from the White House is going to interrupt it.
And CBS has said that they're going to they're going to break away.
They're going to break
Survivor
away and then come back.
And then come back, but they're going to pause it. It's not going to be one of those where
you miss it. Sorry,
we join our previously scheduled
Which
program in progress.
Me because normally you'd think they'd say, "Sorry, you missed it. It was preempted by the president. You're going to have to watch it on the app. Oh, and that app is going to cost money. Go download it." But they're not. They're actually saying, "You know what? We're going to start it. We're going to stop it, play the president, and then come back and pick up where we left off."
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
But I really feel like I should try out because I might need that $1 million purse.
Yeah.
That prize money.
Yeah.
Because of the cost of health insurance.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I thought you and I were just gonna be able to blow that $1 million however we wanted to.
Right off into the sunset.
Turns out we're gonna need it for health insurance.
Yeah, no, we're gonna need that just to keep on living, because the cost of health insurance is one of those things that you can add to the list of everything else that is costing more money.
The world is broken.
So you've got Republicans. They blocked the proposal to extend the Affordable Care Act and the subsidies through 2028. And now they're saying January 30th is the funding deadline. Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, of course, see that deadline as an opportunity to pressure Republicans to get those subsidies back in there.
So this is, keep in mind, these Obamacare subsidies are what the Democrats were fighting for the last time the government shut down. When we set an all-time record, 43-day government shutdown. And then they reopened the government, and then the legislatures were back in session, and the Democrats wanted those subsidies again. And the Republicans said no, and that failed. And now we're coming up on the next funding deadline at the end of January, and the Democrats again are threatening to shut down the government over these same Obamacare subsidies. Did I have that right?
Yeah, you got it. So here are some other flashpoints that are involved with this, apart from healthcare. Democrats also could use issues like the Venezuela military action that's happening. Also, the delayed Epstein file release. Oh, wait a minute. Have those files been released yet?
Wait, hold on. Let me check. No, they have not.
No, still not released yet. So, well, they've got 2 days. Right?
Wait, So what? There's a deadline for when they're supposed to release the Epstein files?
Yeah, because Donald Trump, he signed the Epstein File Transparency Act into law, and that law requires that the Justice Department release most of the files within 30 days. Well, that deadline would be December 19th. It is currently December 17th.
And you know what happens if they don't make the deadline?
What?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh.
Things go on just as normal and nobody cares.
Yeah. Let's do a little flashback. You remember.
Yeah.
I'm old enough to remember this. You probably are too. Do you remember when Pam Bondi said that the FBI found a truckload of Epstein files?
Yeah, I think I'm old enough to remember. I think she said that in April.
Do you remember
I
all the
do.
way back then?
All the way back in April?
She said that Kash Patel was a game changer.
We all did. And the FBI handed over a couple hundred pages of documents. But, you know, Sean, I gave them a deadline of Friday at 8 a.m. to get us everything. And a source had told me where the documents were being kept, Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them, Friday at 8 a.m., thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them, and Kash is also, now that we have Kash here, it's a game changer, of course.
Oh, okay.
Game changer?
What's changed?
I don't think the game's changed at all.
Not at all. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was on with Alex Jones in the InfoWars. Yeah.
MTG and Alex Jones.
I feel like you're just playing this because I just know it's going to get some people's blood pressure going. We want to wake you up this morning, right?
Yes, I
Okay,
guess.
well, here she is. Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene talking about the Epstein files.
I'm not in a cult. I am
agree.
not in a
Oh.
cult. People that think they have to defend every single letter or word or sentence of President Trump, if you think that's what you have to do, you are in a cult. I am not in a cult. I elected President Trump. I fought for him and put him in the White House. And again, I'll remind everybody, voted with him 98% of the time. Put him in the White House because I believed in America First policies. I don't believe in fighting every foreign war. I do not believe in calling affordability crisis. I don't believe that's a hoax. I don't believe raping 14 and 16-year-olds is a hoax. And and President Trump, I went against him on bringing 600,000 Chinese foreign students, continuing that in
So
America.
Marjorie, in closing, you got to come back again soon.
H-1B visas.
He's trying to shut her down.
Shut her up.
Okay, we're on a time limit here.
I know she just got engaged, but man,
She did.
Yeah, she. God bless her fiance because she talks a lot. Alex Jones was trying to wrap that up.
So there's the White House ballroom that we have to talk about. Construction now for this. The National Trust for Historic Preservation is suing to halt the $300 million, 90,000 square foot project. It's arguing it bypassed required reviews and public comment. And now there are claims that this is a national security issue, and that necessitates the continued work of the ballroom. And they're citing that the East Wing's location atop it's on top of an emergency operations bunker. Now, I mentioned something about this a while ago, that they're spending $300 million for a ballroom. That is a really, really high cost.
Are you
of square
implying
footage.
that they may be working on more than just a ballroom? Maybe some extra work being done on the emergency security bunker that's located below ground underneath
That's what
it?
we're calling it, emergency operations bunker. You could also call it a data center. That would be another name for it. You could potentially call it that if you wanted to. Demolition began back in October. The below ground work has continued. They've got some foundation construction that's going to start in January. I do get it. Yes, there are security reasons that they need to finish this off. You can't have an open hole in the White House.
And Trump loves this.
Imagine the security detail trying to cover that. The people that are on the job of building protection.
Right, as they're constructing this. But look, Trump's not the only president to do this. Lots have done it. But man, Trump loves to throw around national security to shut down any sort of challenge to anything he's doing. I'm building this. You as an agency, this a National Trust for Historic Preservation. Nope, you don't get to have a say in this because I'm calling it national security. So
well, we
go
were
over
wondering,
there.
doesn't he have to ask somebody's permission to do this stuff? And apparently he does. And now there's lawsuits.
Trump's. I don't know, Casey. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah.
Trump's not real big on asking for permission. He defines the classic phrase, "Ask for forgiveness, not for permission."
Yeah, he does. Okay, so Elon Musk is starting to fund some Republican campaigns for the 26 midterms.
Wait. This must be under Elon's America Party that he was going to form. So that's interesting. So Elon Musk really followed through with that, and he formed the America Party, and now he's got some candidates. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, no, they're for Republican campaigns.
Okay. So didn't do the America
He did
Party.
threaten to launch that third party, didn't he?
He did. It was like 48 hours. I'm going to put billions behind this new America Party. And after 48 hours, nothing was ever said about it again.
So Musk and Trump, they've met a few times. They met at the memorial service for Charlie Kirk back in September. He was in attendance for that.
Yep.
Musk showed up to the White House for a state dinner.
I remember the photos for that one. Yeah.
There were some ulterior motives there. I mean, it was a dinner for the Saudi crown prince. And you got to know that Saudis are inventing something to compete with Neuralink.
Yes, and so Elon
which is one of his projects.
Elon wanted to be in the room there to probably have some conversations with some leaders of that regime and see where things are going.
Yeah, but he is now repositioning himself as a major GOP donor, contributing to party campaigns and super PACs just like he has in the past. So he's back in the fold.
You know, he's got, $400 billion? He's got to find stuff to spend it on somewhere. Might as well throw some at some politicians, I guess.
Yep. It is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
University shooter. 93 WIBC.
Police releasing video prior to the attack that left 2 people dead and 9 others injured.
What happens next?
The FBI has arrested 4 members of a radical group
happens here.
Accused of plotting pipe bomb attacks around L.A. on New Year's Eve.
Stay in the know.
The U.S. military's blown up 3 more boats off the coast of Venezuela, killing 8 more alleged narco-terrorists.
While you're on the go.
Lawmakers in both parties want more answers.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Rush on over to Andy Moore Ford during the year-end sales event. Save over $13,000 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 Super Crew. If you prefer to lease, get a new 2026 Ford Escape for under $300 a month. Or go bigger with a new Explorer for just $439 a month. Both for 39 months. That's year-end sales at Andy Moore Ford. You can even buy your vehicle 100% online, and Andy Moore will deliver it right to you. And get more before it's gone. Routine maintenance plans are available to keep things simple and convenient. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. Includes $13,241 dealer discount. Additional available offers include $1,500 rebate and $1,000 F-150 loyalty. Must qualify. Lease for $299, $439 per month. 10,500 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. $3,500 to its signing. $0 security deposit. Tax, title, license fee, and $251.05 dock fee excluded. Available to qualified customers with approved credit. See dealer for full offer details. Expires December 31st, 2025.
When it comes to your home, it's important to sell it to someone you can trust.
Simple Quarters never tried to change their offer at any point during the process. Once they gave me that offer, it stood. The offer was absolutely fair. They did explain to me how they came to that price, and it was a fair offer. The best part about this process is I didn't have to make any repairs to the house. Simple Quarters has taken it as is, which is a huge stress relief.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
David was in big trouble with the IRS.
At first, I didn't owe that much, but after this year, it was out of control.
Then David called Get a Tax Lawyer.
Right away, they were like, oh yeah, looks like you're qualified to save.
Get a Tax Lawyer went to work.
Should have called way sooner.
Get a Tax Lawyer has helped thousands like David fight the IRS and get a fresh start.
Call 800-745-3070. That's 800-745-3070.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
This Christmas, come see Pierce Jewelers' stunning showcases of spectacular designs and be dazzled by their one-of-a-kind collection of fine jewelry. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This hour is powered by Pierce Jewelers, the love center of Carmel.
It's just alcohol. Everybody drinks. You may have already heard this statement from your teen. I'm Tammy Silverman with Indiana Youth Institute. Alcohol is a substance most commonly abused by teens. Survey data shows that 2 in 10 Indiana high school students reported drinking in the past month, and more than half of Hoosier teens say it would be easy to get alcohol. How do you talk with your teen about alcohol use, especially if they see peers or adults drinking? First, understand that your child may point out contradictions in our society's views on alcohol. It's okay to acknowledge those facts. Talk with your teen about the many risks of alcohol use. During your conversation, you can both validate their views and uphold your family values. You are the first line of defense against alcohol abuse, so don't be afraid to talk to your teen. What you say has a big influence on their decision to drink or not. This Kids Count Minute is a message from Indiana Youth Institute. For more parent tips, visit IYI.org.
Kids count on you.
Go back to something we were talking about earlier. We ran out of time, but it's an interesting story, and it's that the Indiana tops a list from truck drivers that we have the worst roads in the country.
Least surprising story of the day.
600 truck drivers were asked about this, and Indiana ranked 32nd as having the worst roads, puts us in the top spot. They said the worst 3 highways in the state are I-70, I-80, and 65. The top complaints were poor pavement conditions and also lack of maintenance. And INDOT responded. They said 94% of Indiana roadways and 97% of bridges are in fair or better condition. It certainly doesn't seem that way, does
94%.
it? 94%.
That seems like that's one of those things where your perception of and reality may be completely skewed on those two things.
So they acknowledged that there were problems, especially on the heavily trafficked roads like 70, and they said that's because of all the freight traffic and also the extreme temperature swings. Those are key factors.
I get it. Look, there are plenty of other states that deal with severe temperature swings as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're not the only ones in this boat. Why are ours the worst, despite having one of the highest gas taxes in the entire country?
There's going to be ongoing and future construction projects, and they're aimed to address the aging pavement and also bridge issues. INDOT uses a 20-year assessment management plan. I don't know if I'm agreeing with their assessment plan.
Hey, they're doing a lot of assessing and not a lot of repairing.
Mm-hmm. So it was, what was it? It was the Tesla Cybertruck. Yeah, it was the Cybertruck that just earned the Top Safety Pick Award, and it scored a perfect good rating in all of the major crash categories for 2025. So they're saying, this group is saying that the Tesla Cybertruck is the safest vehicle that you can be in.
I went to Costco yesterday and parked next to a Cybertruck.
Did you?
And whenever I see one up close, I still can't help but stare at them.
Could you see inside?
The windows were tinted. I could not see inside. But the Cybertruck, like if in 1985 you went to a 13-year-old and said, "Hey, draw me a picture of what a car of the future looks like."
Right.
That's exactly what it would look like.
You would get.
They still fascinate me because they're just so bizarre.
They must be getting the Strong Safety Award because of the structural design,
which is
because
difficult.
it is different.
So it's really the one thing that electric vehicles, the huge difference over gas powered vehicles. Electric vehicles are dramatically heavier because of all those batteries. Those batteries weigh a ton, and so any electric vehicle is way heavier than a similar gas powered vehicle. So it's kind of surprising that extra weight means it's got a lot more inertia. It's harder to stop in a crash. So typically they're challenged when it comes to these safety ratings. So it's actually a huge surprise that the Cybertruck ranked #1 as far as top safety.
Is this true that the Cybertruck isn't available officially for sale in Europe?
I don't know about that.
I gotta imagine it's too big for their roads.
Europe isn't a big fan of Elon Musk's. Just dropped a massive $100 million plus fine on Twitter. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to hamper Elon's business efforts.
I believe it's because it doesn't meet the European safety regulations or approvals.
Go against this. Hey, too bad. It's
Cybertruck. Safest vehicle in this country.
In this country,
right?
That's what
not
matters.
good enough for them, though.
America first.
And now you've got Donald Trump in a spat with the BBC, suing them for something that they said that didn't even air in this country.
And that's just official. And it's been talked about for weeks and weeks, but now it's just official that he's filed this lawsuit against the BBC for a feature piece that they put together where they deliberately edited his inauguration speech to make it sound like he was saying something that he wasn't saying.
Right.
And, I've seen a lot of talking heads in Europe that are against this. They hate the idea of, potentially a state-run media entity like the BBC having to pay the president of the United States if they were to settle or lose a defamation lawsuit. This is going to be really interesting because it seems like the BBC much more interested in fighting this than the American media companies like CBS that have settled with Donald Trump. But can you imagine that situation where this shockingly actually goes to trial and Donald Trump is on the stand? Can you imagine Donald Trump on the stand under oath, because it would be done, the trial would be held in the United States, being
they
questioned.
Better earmark all day on the calendar.
Being questioned under oath about this defamation lawsuit on a foreign media entity. That would be crazy town. If that was televised, the entire country would shut down. All of us would be doing nothing but watching that deliberation.
All my shows would get preempted again.
Yeah, talk about Survivor getting preempted by Trump tonight. Everything on every channel everywhere would get preempted by that.
Do you think it would be as popular as the Johnny Depp trial?
Way
because
more
people were way into that.
I love a good celebrity scandal trial like the Johnny Depp trial, but yeah, this would be 10 times bigger than the Johnny Depp trial. It'd be fantastic. Would be amazing television to watch.
So back to the car conversation. Apparently, the Chevy Corvette, when people buy a Chevy Corvette, they keep it for years and years and years.
Yeah, it's kind of like usually a second car that you don't drive every day. Yeah.
Motor Biscuit.
Oh,
that's right.
I already like the name of that place.
MotorBiscuit.com. They came up with a list of the 3 sports cars owners keep even longer than the Chevy Corvette. We were talking about the Corvette yesterday, that 250 Corvette.
Yeah, Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, rolled out that promotional, sizzle reel about this limited edition Corvette. That was great.
Okay, so the 3 sports cars that drivers hold on to the longest, it is number 1, the Mazda MX-5 Miata.
This is a stretch calling a Mazda Miata a sports car, but I'll allow it for this discussion.
They say it's reliable, low cost, and strong ownership community. More than 8% of Miatas on the road are over 15 years old, and they still are with their original owners. Another one on the list, the BMW Z4. This is a 2-seater, soft-top roadster, designed for weekend fun.
That does sound fun. Convertible? Sounds great.
7% remain with their first owners after 15 years. Production is ending on that vehicle in 26. And finally, on the list of sports cars that people hold on to is the BMW M5.
Now,
it's a sedan.
I
love this. Wait a second. I know you've got something to say, but it's a sports car, and they say that it's family practicality plus high performance. When you're thinking of sports car, are you really thinking about family practicality?
But here's the difference. So the modern version of the BMW M5, 625 horsepower. So, yeah, you can take the family to Costco at lightning fast speeds.
Yeah, okay.
What was shocking to me on this list, that the sports cars that people hang on to longer than the Corvette,
BMWs?
2 out of 3 were BMWs. So as someone who used to own a BMW, man, when they get to a certain age, they are, let's just say,
not cost effective,
very expensive to maintain. And I loved that BMW I had. It was my favorite car that I ever owned.
You know what? He bought it used.
I did buy it used. Okay, so it was a very nice car. It was a BMW X6M. I did not buy it brand new. It had depreciated a lot. I got it for an average used car price.
Had nearly 100,000 miles.
It
on
did have
and
nearly.
you wonder why it was in the shop all the time.
But it was great. I love that car.
Yeah, but
it was in the shop all the time,
yeah.
and it was horrendously expensive. And yes, I did finally have to get rid of it, but I still long for the days when I had my BMW. It was a great car.
Sorry about that.
Come on.
You got to be practical now. That's the name of the game. The Corvette, iconic. Only 4% of Corvette owners are keeping their vehicle for 15 years plus.
Well, that's another one. So, again, people, if you've got the kind of money to get a second car as like a sports car that's not your daily driver, you're also the type of person that's going to get bored with that pretty easily and want the next shiny new toy that comes out.
Yep, that's true. But also, if you have the money to drop on a sports car, you potentially have the money to pay for it when it breaks down.
Yeah, that wasn't true with me. Apparently, my finance...
That's where you went wrong.
My brain says I'm a sports car owner. My bank account says, no, you're not.
No, you're not.
You are not a sports car owner.
Yeah.
Get rid of that thing.
Yeah, it is the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
It started off as a drip, so Washington ignored the problem for decades. Then suddenly the pipe burst, and illegal immigrants poured into our country across our southern border. But no more. Thanks to President Donald Trump and Congressman Jim Baird, the pipe has been fixed for good. In Congress, Baird worked to pass legislation that, according to the House Homeland Security Committee Majority Office, provides funding for the removal of millions of criminal illegal aliens across the country, allows for the completion of President Trump's border wall, authorizes the hiring of thousands of new ICE personnel, Customs and Border Protection officers, and Border Patrol agents, and stops the flow of deadly fentanyl into Indiana. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are solving America's immigration crisis and keeping our communities safe, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
While you may not have 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The accusations are serious. Sunny and 43 at our Radio 1 studios. Today's high about 45. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 11:30. 6 former basketball players at Indiana University, Indianapolis are suing the school, claiming they were physically and mentally abused by former head coach Paul Crucero, and the school did nothing about it. A Hancock County man is facing several charges, including neglect of a dependent resulting in bodily injury.
One of the residents there had found a toddler wandering around in the snow wearing only a diaper.
Greenfield Police Deputy Chief Chuck McMichael says the toddler was taken to a hospital after suffering from hypothermia. Marion County Sheriff Kerry Forstall is announcing a run for a state Senate seat. He will seek the District 31 seat in next year's election, which covers Fishers and parts of northeast Marion County. And Whiteland police say they will soon destroy over 300 pounds of cocaine, valued at around $16 million. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hubler's got you covered for 100,000 miles. So head out on your holiday journey in a Hubler quality pre-owned vehicle. Over 2,000 to choose from. Chevys, Fords, Toyotas, GMCs, Buicks, Nissans, Acuras, Mazdas, Hondas, and more. Buy with zero down. Yes, zero down delivers. Plus, we'll pay top dollar for your trade. Bring Hubler your old car for an immediate appraisal. Every Hubler Q-certified vehicle is covered by a 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Includes a 128-point vehicle inspection and a free Carfax history report. No matter where your journeys take you, Hubler's got you covered with the best warranty around. Happy holidays, Indiana. Visit drivehubler.com or any of our 13 convenient locations. Select models, approved credit. Warranty on select models less than 9 years old.
Marcus Morris here with Family Heating and Air. As we're reaching colder weather, you may find yourself in need of furnace service. At Family, we specialize in solutions to extend your furnace life. Call the Fix-It team from Family. You can easily reach us at familyhvac.net. From our family to yours, have a happy holiday.
Family Heating and Air is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace too strict.
Life is a collection of moments that last forever, so make them matter and make them count with a symbol of everlasting love. A diamond from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Don't stress about plumbing repairs. Call L.D. Smith for honest advice and a free second opinion on any estimate.
L.D. Smith Plumbing.
A dirty, stinking honest.
Donald Trump giving a speech, a talk tonight from the White House. It begins at 9 o'clock. And as we consider what he'll be saying, he's allegedly going to tell us how wonderful things are. We take a look at his approval ratings, and they're sliding just a bit as the 26 midterms approach. Real Clear Politics has his average at 44%. What Real Clear Politics does is they take all the different polls, no matter where they're coming from, they put them all together and spit out a number, and 44% is where they have him at right now. You've got the AP poll having him at 36% approval rating, 61% disapproval rating, and it seems like his base, his loyal base, is remaining supportive, but there is some broad frustration that is growing. And obviously the key issues and weaknesses right now are the economy and inflation, cost of living. And the numbers reflect that. He's sitting only at 31% approval rating in regards to the economy and 33% for inflation and cost of living.
Yeah, that's where he's struggling the most on right now. But he's actually been kind of in this poll range here for about the last 4 or 5 months since the honeymoon of inauguration wore off. He's been somewhere between 38 and 45%, and he just keeps treading water in that area. And it's really kind of surprising, especially, so a lot of things haven't gone Donald Trump's way in the last several months, whether it's the Epstein files controversy or, the redistricting push that failed here in Indiana or the other things that haven't worked out in his way. I'm actually kind of surprised that Donald Trump's polling numbers are holding up as well as they are.
You're surprised that they're not lower than
than what they are. I mean, he's getting beat over the head every single day, and for him to be sitting there in that 40, 42, 43% range is pretty darn good.
Yeah, he is losing some support in regards to tariffs. Only 22% are saying that they are helping the economy, no matter how much he tells us it's great for us and it's wonderful for the country. People aren't buying it.
And keep in mind, we encourage you to gamble on this show. Of course, Rob and Jason Hammer host the, Degenerates Next Door podcast. We have set the over-under on how long Donald Trump will talk tonight at 45 minutes. We'll check in and see how good of a Vegas
I'm taking
line.
the over on that.
How good of
I think that's the safe bet.
We'll see how good of a line maker I am. And wouldn't it be amazing if it was 45 on the button? I get a call from Vegas. We need you here at the MGM to start setting betting lines.
Right.
I'm coming.
You did so fantastic with that. So what are the implications? Well, obviously, you've got the midterms on the way, and Republicans, they risk losing the House due to these historical midterm patterns, right? And dissatisfaction with the way things are going. You've got the healthcare affordability issue. It's becoming a growing concern. And yes, even though he calls it a hoax, I'm going to continue using the word affordability crisis.
This goes beyond just the political argument that's taken place the last few months about the Obamacare subsidies. Those of us that work for a living, it's open enrollment season, and
actually, I think it's closed now.
Is it officially closed now? Well, I mean, I know how much your health care went up. Everybody's health care costs are going up.
That's your health care too, by the way.
That's my health care too. That's right. No, it's going up significantly. So this just isn't a subsidies problem. This is a problem for average working Hoosiers that have a job and get their health care from their employer. Those costs are going up, and not just going up a little bit. We're not talking about like, 5, 6, 7%, double digits, and sometimes well into double-digit increases.
Yeah, so you've got roughly 11 months until the midterms. You've got voter confidence sinking, declining, especially on the economy and healthcare. Big issues. And he really should be honest with the American people tonight when he speaks. And I don't think that's what we're going to get.
Over under on honesty.
I mean, I think he's going to tell us how wonderful everything is and how great it is. And
it's the greatest administration in history.
He's going to talk about his successes. It's like, what is it going to be, like a State of the Union address?
No, this is just going to be,
or something else on his mind.
Yeah, this is just going to be where he interrupts your season finale of Survivor tonight to tell us that he's the greatest president in history, and this has been the most successful administration in the history of this country.
So it will be a marketing push. It will be a 45-minute commercial.
It'll be at least a 45-minute commercial, yes.
Okay. Well, let's talk about Gen Z. With Christmas season upon us, they say their presence is the present.
Oh, just them showing up.
I'm the gift.
That's Gen Z.
Gen Z, that's people born between 1997 and 2012. They plan to spend 34% less on gifts this year than previous years, and they claim to prefer quality time and experiences over physical presence, and they have adopted the mindset that their presence is the present. I'll take that. Our daughter is a Gen Z, and the fact that she is coming home for Christmas is the present to me.
Yeah, it's easy to rip on Gen Z.
I can't wait!
It's easy to rip on Gen Z, and it's easy to talk about these kids these days. But I think back to when I was in college and coming home for the holidays. Yeah, that's what you got, Mom and Dad. Here's your gift. I came home for Christmas. That wasn't too different for Gen X.
She's not in college anymore, though. She is a full-fledged adult working a full-time job.
Living on her own.
But again, I'm not expecting gifts from her. I'm just excited that she'll be
I don't even,
her presence.
I don't even.
Her presence is the present.
To be honest, I don't even want gifts from our daughter. Yeah,
right?
Don't buy me
don't
gifts.
Don't spend your money on that.
Don't spend your money on that. I'd rather
you got to afford gas to get here.
I'd rather spend her money on herself and just come home. So I know that this article is framed as, kids these days. But as somebody who's the parent of a Gen Zer,
you're okay with it?
I'm totally on board with it and can't wait for her to get here.
Kitchen goods have increased in price by 38%, electronics up by 34%, clothing 20%, toys up 17%. So
I'm going to guess some tariffs had something to do with those
you think?
Well into double-digit price increases. Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're a huge sports basketball person.
Yes.
Phillip Rivers, Indianapolis Colts.
Come on.
Suited up for the first time in nearly 5 years.
Is that not just the greatest story?
An
incredible story.
Did you see the video of some of his students watching him play in the game?
Yeah, so they had I've seen it on a split screen where it was showing the Colts game with Phillip Rivers throwing the touchdown pass, and then on the bottom of the screen was his students. He coaches a high school football team back in California, and so his players were having a watch party.
Why wouldn't they?
And as soon as they had that touchdown, those players went crazy when they saw it on the screen. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Loved everything about it.
Here is Phillip Rivers talking about the experience.
I think maybe, maybe it will, I don't know, inspire or teach, to not to run or be scared of what may or may not happen, Hopefully, certainly I think of my sons and those ball players, that I'm in charge of at the school, that they'll say, like, crap, coach wasn't scared. You know what I mean? It's like, shoot, sometimes there is doubt, and it's real. And again, you can the guaranteed safe bet is to go home or to not go for it, and the other one is shoot. Let's see what happens, And so I hope that in that sense that it can be a positive to some young boys, or young people. It doesn't have to be boys, but.
So he seems like he's a pretty good role model to those students that he's coaching and teaching.
Of course. And look, you dog on sports a lot. Especially when it comes to, these guys are getting paid $30 million to play a game.
I do say that a lot.
You do say that a lot. But what great life lessons that he's talking about. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, but they're not all like him. If they were all putting out a good message. I mean, conversely, look at Diego Pavia, the guy who didn't win the Heisman Trophy. Got all mad. He was sour grapes. He went out clubbing, and he was saying F the voters. Like, what sort of example is that?
It's not. But again, great life lessons on what not to do, how not to be a jerk, how not to make it all about you. And I love the message from Phillip Rivers about, just see what happens. Don't be afraid. Just go out there and do it and see what happens. Now, that kind of fits my personality. I'm the kind of guy that's like, hey, what's this button do? I'm going to push it and see what happens.
Yeah.
But, that's the way you've got to live your life. Don't have to, live your life wondering what might have happened if you had done this. I had this happen to me in a big part of my life. I had a cushy corporate job for years, and I quit that to start my own business. And that was a big, huge risk. And but I tried to go into it unafraid and see what happens, and I couldn't be happier with the way it's turned out. So great life lessons there from Phillip Rivers. I love everything about this story. I can't wait for the Disney movie to come out about it.
Another reason that I say, these are millionaires who are getting paid to play a game. I'll give you a great example of that.
Please do.
Sharon Moore from University of Michigan.
And
here's a guy who had $5 million a year and
$6 million a year.
Okay. Even worse. And messed it all up.
But again, you still learn great life lessons there.
What lesson are you learning from that guy?
Hey, how about this? How about
not to do?
Don't cheat on your wife, and then when you get caught, don't threaten to kill your mistress and yourself.
Yikes.
How about that for a couple of good lessons there?
Yeah,
there
pretty strong.
are plenty of things where the athletes show you how you can do and how you can live a better life, and then plenty of examples of I better stay away from that.
Jim Harbaugh said that he texted Moore. Said he was still processing all of the what had happened, the firing and the arrest and everything. Harbaugh called the situation a tragedy.
He didn't go into details about what he said to Moore or if Moore responded, but People Magazine is reporting that some new details in the last 24 hours have come out about this. Of course, we know that the woman that he was having an affair with was fired by Moore on that Wednesday morning, and she immediately went to the administration's office and, basically fessed up and gave them all the evidence. They immediately called Moore in, fired him. She went back to her house and was planning on leaving town and was packing up her bags and had a suitcase ready to go
when he came over.
Moore showed up outside her door, pushed his way into her house, saying things about how, she ruined his life. She managed to get a call off to her attorney, and her attorneys called 911.
Well, leave it to People Magazine for the investigative reporting. You're listening to the Kendall and Casey Show. It's 93 WIBC.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling, B-O-O-H-E-R, BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. B-O-O-H-E-R. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Pat Sullivan here. Fire emergency? I've had one. If you do, call Michaelis. Owner Richard Michaelis explains why.
Michaelis is local and family owned. 39 years of experience.
One thing in common, hope. Saying yes to organ donation provides that hope. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives. That's 8 families who get more time together. You have the power to save lives. So next time you're at the BMV or even right now at donatelifeindiana.org, say yes to organ donation.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today. You ever wonder why Verizon charges twice as much as Pure Talk for the same basic service? Think it might have something to do with the fact that Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion. That's billion with a B. Yeah. Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. That's why they can offer unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Save an additional 50% off your first month when you dial pound 250 and say the words Micro. That's pound 250, Micro.
Hi, this is
Lloyd,
Jessica,
Robert, and Adam
from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning in Pittsboro. The Kirby family wishes you the merriest of Christmases and happiest of New Year's. Thanks for your business. We really appreciate it. If you live in Hendricks or surrounding counties and need us, we are always here to help. Kirby services any model, and we proudly install American Standard products. Call us at 317-892-3614.
Kirby is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Happy holidays from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Experience Trump 1 year later with Tony Katz on January 24th at 6 p.m. Enjoy thought-provoking discussion, tasty hors d'oeuvres, and a chance to mingle with others. Thanks to our sponsor, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. More info at WIBC.com.
There it is, the anthem of this time of year. I saw something the other day that said if you're going to order any gifts online, you have to order by Friday if you want them home in time for Christmas.
We're coming close to the deadline here. Christmas will be here before you know it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 1 week from today is Christmas Eve.
Ooh. Okay, so that song from Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, has spent 20 weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. That is the most for any song in history.
Now,
do you think she knew that when she was making that song?
not a chance.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
She probably thought, oh, this is a throwaway, whatever, I'll do it.
Yeah, no, look, I'll freely admit that I am part of the problem here, okay? I love Christmas music, and I love that Mariah Carey song.
you?
I know. Does that make me a bad person? Does that make me a basic?
Just makes you have bad taste in music.
Bad taste in music. Oh, I freely admit that I have awful taste in music. Yeah,
you
terrible.
do. You like the one-hit wonders.
I am. My entire Spotify playlist is all guilty pleasure songs.
Yeah. Now, here's the difference.
I want absolutely no redeeming quality or artistic integrity in the music or the lyrics. Just give me disposable bubblegum guilty pleasure songs. That's what I love.
Black soul.
Yeah,
See,
none of it. What do I want that for?
Here's the thing. You have horrible taste in music, but you admit it. You're like, yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
My music is awful.
Yeah, no. Nobody wants to be around when my
Rob
Spotify's
Kendall
going.
has questionable taste in music, and
He's
he
the other
thinks
way.
it is the best ever. And nobody else's opinion matters when it comes to music.
You mean Rob has an opinion that
On
he thinks
something?
he's correct about?
Yes.
And won't really entertain others, and they're challenging of that
that's
opinion?
true.
That tracks.
That's
Tracks
true.
out. Yep.
Okay, so Mariah Carey released that song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, back in 1993, and it reached #1 in 2019 thanks to streaming only, and has since returned to the top every year since. So in 2019, it was #1 because of the streaming platforms, but now she's back up there. I'm sure she's going to add more weeks at #1 in this year and beyond.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a chart this year, But I gotta imagine.
But I mean,
Probably or will be next week.
Every Christmas, that'll be the number one song again. And fascinating, the song came out in the early 90s, and it took 25 years until 2019 before it actually ever hit number one. But it as far in this moment right now, that is the most popular Christmas song in the world.
Okay, so with the holidays upon us, I came across this old clip, and I thought it was interesting. This was an appearance of Coach Gene Katie on the David Letterman show.
Former Purdue basketball head coach Gene Katie.
And he was doing a top 10 list.
And, I love this.
Yeah, these were his top 10 tips for looking your best during the holidays.
And here to present tonight's top 10 list, all the way from West Lafayette, your National Association of Basketball Coaches and Big Ten Basketball Coach of the Year from Purdue University, Coach Gene Katie. Gene, come on up.
I miss Letterman's top 10 list.
Okay, here we go. Top 10 head coach Gene Katie tips for looking your best. Number 10.
Shake head violently. If a single hair moves, keep spraying.
Yeah. Number 9.
You can find some snazzy ties in the stadium lost and found.
Number 8.
Always comb with the grain, not against it.
That's right.
Common sense.
Comb over.
Not against it. Number 7.
Yelling at your players makes your face purple. That's sort of like having a tan.
That's right.
Sort of.
Number 6.
Tight pants highlight the fact that you're a member of the Big Ten.
What?
Yeah!
What? Number 5.
Don't be one of those guys with hair plugs. I mean, who do they think they're fooling?
Number 4.
I live by one simple rule. Try to look better than Dick Vitale.
Yeah. Not easy to do, my friend. Number 3.
On special occasions, I like to use a little eyeliner.
Well, why not, for heaven's sake? Number 2.
Never, under any circumstances, go to Letterman's barber.
Yeah, well, I can't argue that.
Do we get number 1?
Head coach Gene Katie tip for looking your best.
Forget six-pack abs. Just go for the six-pack.
There you go. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Tony Katz is up next on 93 WIBC.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Are you a business owner or self-employed? Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more? Pay close attention. Do not ignore this message. The IRS has unmatched power. They can freeze your bank account, garnish your paycheck, seize your assets, and even shut down your business. If you've received a notice or think one is coming, the clock is already ticking. Every day you wait, penalties grow and the problem gets worse. Call National Tax Solutions today. We'll connect you with an experienced tax professional who will negotiate directly with the IRS on your behalf. You may qualify for IRS hardship programs like the Fresh Start Initiative or many other programs that can stop garnishments, stop bank account seizures, reduce or even eliminate penalties, and lower your settlement amount. The IRS won't wait, and neither should you. Call National Tax Solutions today, 800-370-1384. The call and consultation are free. That's 800-370-1384. 800-370-1384.
Okay, we are running a car drive right now to help veterans all across America. So if you have an old car, truck, or van, even a motorcycle or an RV sitting around, you can right now give it away and help the vets. They really need your help. And your car will help support the vets and their families. And guess what? You even get a tax donation. Plus, we'll even come and pick up your car for free. And all you've got to do is pick up your phone right now and make a free call. Now is the perfect time to do something good for the vets. Give back to the vets right now for all they've done for this country. And your old car can really help them. So call the Veterans Car Donation Program right now for free pickup of your vehicle. Help the vets and help your taxes at the same time. Call right now.
800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. 800-883-3024. That's 800-883-3024.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
On the level, on the go. 93 WIBC Indianapolis.
Coming up.
That he's 5'8", he's got a stocky build.
With the special circumstance of multiple murders.
The phone safety firm Truecaller said they compiled their latest U.S. spam scorecard.
Levi Garrett of Danville sent sexually explicit images of himself.
This is the WIBC News at noon.
It's been 4 days and still no answers. 43 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 48. I'm Ryan Hedrick, and here's what's trending at noon. We still don't know who walked into the engineering building at Brown University Saturday and opened fire, killing 2 students and injuring 9 others.
Now, we do know that he's 5'8", he's got a stocky build, and now investigators are hoping with newly released enhanced video, someone will recognize the way this person is moving. The person of interest is seen wearing a satchel in some images, but in others he is not. They have no information about how old he is and nothing to suggest that this is a Brown University student or staff member. The Attorney General says so far the video released is the best they have of this person of interest. Police say video shows this man casing the neighborhood 5.5 hours before the shooting.
And that's Fox's Brian Yennis reporting from Providence, Rhode Island. Nick Reiner, the son of actor and director Rob Reiner, facing 2 counts of first-degree murder in the killings of his parents.
With the special circumstance of multiple murders. He also faces a special allegation that he personally used a dangerous and deadly weapon, that being a knife. That's
L.A. District Attorney Nathan Hochman. He says Reiner is being held without bail. If found guilty of killing one or both of his parents, he could get life in prison or the death penalty. He's due in court at any minute. President Trump set to speak tonight from the White House's diplomatic reception room. Fox Business's Edward Lawrence reporting from the Treasury Department.
There's going to be a special announcement here in addition to them talking about the Trump accounts, but really cabinet members have pivoted, talking about now how 2026 will really set up Main Street here. Now, part of that is the Trump accounts where they're talking about this here. They're going to unveil the website on how to sign up for those Trump accounts. Those are accounts that give children born between 2025 and 2028 about $1,000, and then they'll be able to access those funds at 18 years old and continue to invest in that account. Dell CEO Michael Dell also added $250 for kids 10 and under in qualifying zip codes.
And Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent told Fox Business this morning that he expects inflation to drop substantially next year. And we will broadcast President Trump's speech tonight right here on 93 WIBC beginning at 9. President Trump says he's moving to label Venezuela's Maduro regime a foreign terrorist organization and impose a total and complete blockade on sanctioned oil tankers. In posts on Truth Social, Trump accused Maduro of stealing U.S. assets and linked his government to terrorism, drug smuggling, and human trafficking. Former special counsel Jack Smith talking to Congress today. He's giving the House Judiciary Committee a behind-the-scenes look at his cases against President Trump, including the stuff with classified documents in the 2020 election. Expansion, a lawsuit, and someone ready to take their career in another direction. Those stories and more coming up on 93 WIBC.
Coming up on Tony Katz today, what will President Trump say in his address to the nation tonight? That's after the news at noon on 93 WIBC.
And WIBC news time is 12:03. New research out today on unwanted spam calls and how they're affecting you. Here's John Herrick.
The phone safety firm Truecaller said they compiled their latest U.S. spam scorecard. It shows that nationwide, there are about 2.8 billion spam calls per month, with Indiana ranking 8th among states for the most spam received on a per-user basis between December 1st of 2024 and November 30th of 2025. A typical scam call lasts about 5 minutes, which is why you're advised to not answer them in the first place. Mississippi has the most unwanted spam calls. Hawaii received the least. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Speaking at the NBA Cup in Las Vegas, Commissioner Adam Silver said the league could add 2 new teams next year, with Vegas and Seattle the top contenders. Meanwhile, the Indiana Pacers get back to work tomorrow against the New York Knicks at Cambridge Fieldhouse. The Knicks just won the NBA Cup last night, beating the San Antonio Spurs 124-113. 6 former IU Indy men's basketball players are taking the university to court. Jarrett Lewis explains what's behind the lawsuit.
In the lawsuit filed this week in Marion County, the former members of the team are claiming that now fired head coach Paul Corsaro repeatedly abused them physically and mentally. The players say during practice, Corsaro would use derogatory slurs and cause them physical harm that drove some of them to contemplate suicide. They claim his actions led to them missing out on scholarship opportunities, NIL deals, and future revenue. Corsaro denies the allegations as the players accuse IU Indy of negligence in hiring him and continuing to let him coach while the abuse went on. Jarrett Lewis, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A former volleyball coach now facing a criminal charge.
The probable cause affidavit says Levi Garrett of Danville sent sexually explicit images of himself in March to someone he believed was a minor on a dating app. The case went viral this past summer when YouTuber Gideon, who's also part of a private group that runs sting operations, confronted Garrett on camera outside a volleyball complex on Indy's east side. Prosecutors say Garrett had his initial hearing Tuesday, and his next hearing is set for late January. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And if you played the Powerball in Pendleton at the get-go, guess what? You could be $50,000 richer. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing. Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Chicago State, Saturday at 1 on your home for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
At Hendricks, your cancer care is in the details.
You have questions, and our dedicated clinicians and expert oncologists will answer them.
You have hills to climb, and we are going to climb them.
You have dreams,
and we're here to help you chase them.
You have cancer, and you have all the expertise,
the determination, and the kindness of the entire Hendricks team.
Backed by Mayo Clinic expertise.
It's not just cancer care.
It's Teresa Care. Visit hendricks.org/cancer.
Hi, I'm Scott Wilson from Wilson Farm Market. The holidays are about fresh food, family, and local traditions. For over 50 years, my family and I have brought you fresh produce, bakery favorites, fried chicken and sides, candies, cookies, and ready-to-cook meals. Everything you need for a memorable holiday table. From our pies and pretzel bread to all the little things that make your meal special, we love being part of your celebrations. This season, make your holidays fresh, local, and full of cheer. From my family to yours, thanks for shopping.
But most people don't know they are infected. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you can still have hepatitis C, a serious liver disease that often has no symptoms. In fact, people can live with hepatitis C for decades without feeling or looking sick. But over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage, liver failure, or even liver cancer. Getting tested is the only way to know if you're infected with hepatitis C. That's why the CDC recommends everyone born from 1945 to 1965 get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments are available that can cure this disease. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
My grades were bad. I would get D's and C's.
I appeared to be doing good at my school life, but if you would see me at home, it would have been a completely different story.
I mean, it was just rough focusing on school when your mother is somebody you have to take care of.
It got worse and worse and worse throughout the years.
There are students who need somebody.
They can trust someone, and it could be the first person they've ever trusted in their life.
Communities in Schools is lowering America's dropout rate by helping more than 1.3 million kids every year get whatever they need to succeed in school.
If something was going on at home, we would go just stop by Miss Liberty's office and talk to her.
Communities in Schools vouched for me when everyone else had lost hope.
You can help change the picture of education right here in your community and across the nation. Visit communitiesinschools.org.
I hear people say we can't save every kid, but I think that we can.
It's just alcohol. Everybody drinks. You may have already heard this statement from your teen. I'm Tammy Silverman with Indiana Youth Institute. Alcohol is a substance most commonly abused by teens. Survey data shows that 2 in 10 Indiana high school students reported drinking in the past month, and more than half of Hoosier teens say it would be easy to get alcohol. How do you talk with your teen about alcohol use, especially if they see peers or adults drinking? First, understand that your child may point out contradictions in our society's views on alcohol. It's okay to acknowledge those facts. Talk with your teen about the many risks of alcohol use. During your conversation, you can both validate their views and uphold your family values. You are the first line of defense against alcohol abuse, so don't be afraid to talk to your teen. What you say has a big influence on their decision to drink or not. This Kids Count Minute is a message from Indiana Youth Institute. For more parent tips, visit IYI.org.
Kids count on you.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C, but most people don't know they are infected. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you can still have hepatitis C, a serious liver disease that often has no symptoms. In fact, people can live with hepatitis C for decades without feeling or looking sick. But over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage, liver failure, or even liver cancer. Getting tested is the only way to know if you're infected with hepatitis C. That's why the CDC recommends